Hey, guys, what's going on?
The Fawn's here.
Hey.
Ready to check us in.
You know, one of my favorite scenes from a movie. By the way, you guys know I love The Martian. I've watched The Martian at least 150 times.
Yeah, I've seen it at least realistically 6.
Yeah, but there's a one scene where Matt Damon is on there and they want a picture.
Okay.
And then he goes like, hey.
yeah.
Like the Fonz.
I remember.
And that's just, that's my go-to on planes too, by the way. Every time I fly.
You do the Fonz?
No, every time I fly, I watch The Martian.
Oh, okay.
Every single time.
I was like, that's
like,
probably great
that's
for
my
the person sitting next to you.
I thought he was saying like, when a fan comes to get a photo, can I get a picture, Brian? Like,
hey. I watch The Martian every time I fly. And I also used to. I stopped doing it. My OCD is a little bit better now. I listened to the band Stained. It's been a while. Probably for 10 or 12 years, every single flight, the takeoff and landing, I listened. And that was back in the day, by the way, that you weren't allowed to listen to iPads or remember that when you're on planes and they were like, yeah, you got to put away your electronics. And so I'd have to like hide my headphones, like, under my hoodie or something like that, because I was convinced if I didn't listen to It's Been a While, that the plane would probably not make it.
Wait, you would listen to It's Been a While?
Yeah.
You would listen to that song?
That song.
It's kept them in the air, dude.
It kept me flying for 12 years.
That is such a joke.
You know the thing that I'm the most proud of is I've flown. Let's say I've flown 800 times.
800.
So I've had the same.
The most proud of.
Yeah, I've had the same amount of landings as takeoffs.
Oh,
it's the most proud
You're
of.
crushing
well,
it.
Pretty much.
I thought you were going to say something about maybe
most people
your
alive.
Kids or,
No. The takeoffs and landings I'm more proud of than anything else.
Isn't that crazy that something with 100% success rate is one of your biggest fears?
It is really crazy, right? But this is the thing. So for everyone that doesn't know, I don't like flying. I'm afraid of flying. But I've flown around the world a million times, and I can't even imagine how many. I know I'm like a gold medallion on Delta, although I don't know if I lose that now that I haven't been flying.
Yeah.
But anyways, it doesn't matter.
They like take it back.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. I'll get it back again one day. But it's not that I'm afraid of crashing, ever. I'm afraid of turbulence. I hate turbulence. And as a matter of fact, the last flight I was on was our flight back from Mexico, just literally a week before COVID shut everything down. And there was some intense turbulence.
Was it crazy?
Lori, that was crazy turbulence, wasn't it?
I'm trying to remember.
Your coffee was spilling all over the place.
Was it? Okay.
My coffee was spilling all over the place in the backseat of Mom's car driving there.
That's very true.
That doesn't mean anything.
And I guess this is the difference is I don't care about these things. Even if I go through it, it's not important enough to me. It doesn't impact me enough that I even remember it.
I remember.
Well, okay.
Sincerely, I remember one turbulence craziness. I mean, we were flying to Ireland. I was with my sister and my stepbrother. Wait, not my stepbrother.
Brother-in-law.
Brother-in-law. Still so fucking weird to say.
I know, like.
wait a second.
James,
I was going to say, wait a second.
That was the first one I caught.
There's definitely been more than that.
Yeah.
Oh, three. All right, guys. So before we get into your story, we all have a bunch of ones here. I noticed mine's a short stack because you guys know that the chances are pretty good that I'm not gonna.
If you need it.
Yeah. So every time we swear, a dollar goes into the jar.
Yeah.
So no one's already down 3.
And this jar is gonna be some charity. Crap, we didn't pick a charity, but we're gonna pick a charity. Maybe you guys can help us out in the comments if there's any special charities.
And then should we do this every week?
Like
a charity?
Let's just see how this goes.
Well, I know if you guys did it on Friday, you'd be broke.
Yeah,
broke in the first 5 minutes.
Bruce's whole paycheck would be gone.
And then some.
So $3 in the pot to charity.
For the charity. So before you talk about that, I did want to make an announcement and do a little. It is our own Jay Tomsky's.
That's me.
Birthday today.
Oh,
happy birthday, Jay.
I'm 12.
So let's go.
Well, I'm just so glad.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Jay Tomsky.
Woo!
Happy birthday to you. So everyone in the chat, give him a big happy birthday.
Nice.
Oh, thank you guys.
I'm just happy for you that yours turned out better than mine.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Especially the podcast.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. My birthday was a shit show.
It was the
She's willing to spend $1. She's willing to spend $1.
Yeah, we'll put a couple dollars in.
So back to the story. You were flying to Ireland.
Yeah, so we're flying to Ireland, and you know, every flight they're always like, strap up, seatbelts on, take off.
I don't know that they've ever put it that way.
Dude, yeah,
Strap
they
up.
come up, they say, come on, it's gonna be a wild ride. Strap it up. So,
Oh man.
we're flying off. I have this really fluffy croissant breakfast bagel. I mean, breakfast burrito. It's a like the tortilla.
Okay.
Is actually a croissant.
Wow.
Yeah, like
that's
I've never
fancy.
had it before, but
That's fancy.
I was
Yeah.
pretty happy with
That's
it.
fancy.
Okay, so I'm chomping on this thing right off the bat. Boom! Crazy turbulence while we're going up. I'm like, holy crap! It's crazy. We're just bumping right. I'm like, when is this gonna end? At one point, I was just like, I checked behind me. We hit up one of those ones where you're like feel like you
drop.
drop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this Asian lady literally hit
Hits
the
her.
top of her head.
She didn't strap up.
She didn't strap up. She
No.
didn't strap up, hit the top of her head, and fell back down right in her seat. I was just like, this is real life. It was scary.
Yeah,
But
it is scary when you do that, and really the truth is that I used to not be afraid of turbulence until I had a bad flight back from Australia, and I remember what it was is we had some pretty I wouldn't say severe turbulence, but uncomfortable turbulence. I mean, where it was like you couldn't like watch the TV because your eyes were
like-
bouncing, you know. But and normally I'm like, no big deal, you know. I mean, even that time I was like, no big deal, you know, it's good. Well,
Yeah.
it lasted like 7 hours.
what?
Like 7 hours straight of turbulence,
Really?
like that, and it ruined me to the point where, Laura, you may not remember this, but I landed in L.A. and I called your mom and said, I don't think I can get on the flight home from L.A. to Detroit.
7-hour
Like I literally was like, I don't think I'm going. And this is what you know. What the weirdest thing is that for 7 hours the pilot never came on one time, never one time. An hour outside of L.A., he comes on and says, "By the way, guys, we're probably going to hit some pretty good turbulence going into L.A." And get this.
So you're like, shit.
Yeah.
If
Oh,
this
get
was
a dollar. Get a dollar.
If this last stop was not,
So
what
but-
is this coming up?
But this is the funny thing.
Okay.
It was the smoothest hour of the flight.
No way, dude.
Smooth
Joke
out.
on
This
you.
guy's
So
messing
your
with
heart
you.
is just like, oh my God, it's
Yeah.
already been so bad.
So from that day on, I've always been afraid of turbulence. Now, I will say this again. If you remember coming back from Mexico, you had just gotten some coffee, and literally you had to put like a saucer or something on top of
yeah,
it
now
because
I
it
do,
was like
because
flying.
I was holding it, trying to not, and then like, yeah, I had like, 'cause
It was
She had
crazy
just given it
turbulence.
to me too, and it was
Yeah, and there was two pretty significant periods of turbulence there, and then like an hour later, the captain came out, and I hate that they do this. I'd rather them come on and go, we're not going to have any turbulence at all, and then you're bouncing around like crazy. He comes on and says, I seriously, well, let me tell you, I had a flight to L.A. once. There we go. We're racking up the money.
Yeah, these kids are gonna love it.
Whatever is charity, we're about to solve whatever's going on
Yeah.
for sure.
Cancer.
Oh shit! Oh, God damn. I was about to say Jeff Bezos isn't even gonna donate as much as us.
That's
We're not
$2.
wrong.
We're gonna run out of singles here tonight, man. So,
Doesn't help that the reaction of it is a
I
swear
know,
word as well.
right?
It's a double kill
it's
every
a double
time.
kill. So no, it's what was I saying? Well,
Something about
anyways.
Jeff
Oh yeah,
Bezos.
no. So I was flying to LA by myself, which I've done a million times.
Yeah.
And I remember the pilot came on and said, "It looks like it's going to be a pretty smooth flight tonight, so we're going to have a good time," you know. But and I was like, "Awesome!" Didn't say a word the rest of the flight, bumpy the entire time. And you know what? It didn't bother me. Because for some reason them coming on and saying it,
It was
makes it
comfortable.
worse.
bullshit.
Holy cow, you're running out of
Then
money.
it didn't bother you because
It didn't bother me as much.
always
What the hell's-
bothers you.
Then
It
you
doesn't
have-
bother me as much.
you
It doesn't
need to-
bother me as
Your
much because
Then you need to do-
recollection is
yeah.
insane.
You need to
No,
do some
no,
soul
no.
searching
No.
because
No.
if that's
No.
if all
It's
they have
true.
to tell you
Lies,
is no
lies.
bumps
I would rather
If they-
them lie to me. I'd rather them lie
because
to
it
me.
makes you comfortable.
Right,
That
exactly.
doesn't seem healthy.
No, but
No,
that's what
it's
makes
not.
it doesn't. That
That's
doesn't
not
Because I
healthy.
guarantee you would be sitting there going, I can't believe that this guy lied to me the whole time.
Yeah.
Why would they tell me it's comfortable?
The truth is, it wasn't like terrible turbulence. It was just bumpy the whole way,
Yeah.
and so it wasn't enough to where.
So
like,
it wasn't even turbulence because like I wouldn't even notice.
Yeah,
it.
you wouldn't even notice it. I mean, the seatbelt sign was off almost the whole flight, but it was bouncy
So it's
enough to
not
where it was like.
turbulence.
But it wasn't
So
smooth.
you were flying.
But it wasn't smooth. It wasn't
So
smooth.
you were in a plane.
Regardless,
The point is,
and we got how did we started this all off because of the Martian.
No, so the point is this. The point is when they tell you that there's no turbulence and there is no turbulence, it's a great flight.
exactly.
Exactly. Just so you know, kids.
This started all off just with the A. That's how the whole conversation started.
And then
so.
the jar got
Jar
full.
got full quickly.
So
We're not
that
10 minutes
story-
in.
It's
That
literally
story was
full.
good.
I don't even know if more will fit.
We're supposed to be kid friendly on this. Friday nights are the
But that's-
non-kid friendly. Do you know that I'm starting to shout out the podcast as
not kid friendly.
not kid friendly on Friday?
I like it too.
Oh, yeah.
You should.
And that's what I say. Wednesdays are kid
It should only
friendly.
take like a half a second for people
Yeah,
to
Wednesday-
figure that out.
Wednesdays are
Less
kid
than that.
friendly.
Well, they're supposed to be kid friendly. Obviously, I'm with a couple toilet tooths here.
Toilet dudes.
Listen,
with a couple toilet
I
tooths.
love the families. I love the people that support us.
Yeah.
I would never have let my kids listen to Wednesday either.
Really?
No. And this is the thing: is do you want
mean,
a
it's
real?
a
Do you want a
wizard.
real podcast, like just being real,
Yeah.
or do you want us to pretend and do
Or do you
whatever?
want this-
And you
No,
want
I-
it kid friendly?
Yeah, yeah.
kids.
Because
Kids.
Yeah.
Today we're going to talk about ball python.
That's good. Now you sound like
This
Kevin
is supposed
McCurley
to be
impersonating
different.
me.
Impersonating
Yeah,
you.
yeah,
Oh golly gee, we're gonna
golly
talk
gee,
about
we're
ball
gonna talk about-
pythons.
It's not the vlog; it's more real.
No,
than the
I agree
vlog.
with that, but I think that, and then it
And this
depends
is
on what you mean
fucking
by.
real.
Oh my god!
Wow.
All right.
Damn, we're just
So I think that like a 13-year-old kid could listen,
yeah.
not a 7-year-old.
A 13
You know what? It all depends on your choice of parenting. 'Cause
Yeah.
I have no.
Yeah, it's not
I
like
don't
we're
judge any
so
of it.
listen, this is the thing.
You know,
I
whatever
think
you think,
our
but
Wednesday
just know what
podcast
it
might
is.
have some swearing.
Yeah.
but it doesn't have
Our topics
vulgarity.
Our topics won't be vulgar, right?
Yeah, like whereas choices on the other
gets
hand,
heavy.
It's an adult.
100%.
It's an adult.
It's only
one, right?
vulgar.
It's
Yeah.
only
It doesn't
vulgar.
make the cut if it's not vulgar.
I would
like-
say,
Yeah.
I would give us probably a PG-13.
Yeah, we're
rating.
yeah,
PG-13.
yeah, I agree.
And you guys are triple X.
Yeah, triple X. Yeah,
Well,
I agree.
are they
I
getting
agree with
naked
that.
on
We're
there
not
too?
triple X.
No,
No,
but we're
There-
definitely talking
there has
about
been
it.
I
no
mean-
one's fornicating on my podcast.
No, but we
That's not what I heard.
Not yet.
not yet. But we got a special one planned for you this Friday, guys. Tune in.
Jay, jot that one down, damn it.
Got it. I got it.
What'd you do? The damn it?
Yeah.
Oh, man. Really?
What'd you do?
Wow, I didn't know that we were going that strict.
Oh, yeah. I'm talking
Yeah, that's a
folk,
swear word.
yeah, Catholic school style, baby.
Yeah.
Catholic school style. Okay.
Yeah. Would you get your mouth washed out with soap for saying it?
Cheese and rice. Is
Do
that a
it.
good one?
That's good. That's fine.
Yeah,
Cheese
that's
and rice,
fine.
okay?
Substitutes are fine. as
Okay,
long as
substitutes are
it's
fine.
You want to
not-
recoup some funds? We'll read some super chats.
Let's
real quick.
Yeah.
because we're going to need a lot of super chats tonight, guys. We're losing money. We're
and right.
hemorrhaging. We're
donating.
The
hemorrhaging.
business is
Donating.
hemorrhaging. We got Sydney says, I
Gotta
just visited the
hemorrhage.
Reptarium on the 17th, and it was the most amazing experience. You all are so
Oh,
inspiring.
Sydney, that's
Oh,
so awesome. Yo,
so
speaking of which, thank you
amazing.
so much. I'm so glad that you came. I did see the comment on your video, which, by the way, Noah put out a banger video. It's the start of a series.
Banger.
It's the start of a series about redoing Speedy's
Pimp my pen.
Pinch My Pen. And
What?
Pinch My Pen.
It's my pen.
Piss on my pen.
Is that a swear word? Is that
No.
a swear? Okay.
No.
You the
All
one
right.
that said it.
So, anyways, point is, I see the comment that says, I just did a tour of the Reptarium. It was good. It was okay, but if it was you and Eric, it would have been a lot better. That wasn't
guess
exactly
what?
a
If you
glowing
would've-
review.
If you would have scheduled a Noah and
Yeah,
Eric
they
tour, you
didn't-
would have had
They
one.
didn't book a
Well,
Noah
they
and
said
Eric
the
tour.
next
It's their
time they were
fault.
going to. They said they were going to next
Yeah,
time.
well, freaking.
You
But
get what you
anyways,
pay for.
Sydney, thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Just be glad it wasn't me.
Yeah.
The Lori tours are elusive for
Haley,
sure.
what's going on?
We'll be
Haley.
waiting
I
for that
lost
person.
Haley.
No worries, I got
We
you.
lost Haley.
Haley,
We'll find her.
I love
There
you.
She
Yeah.
says, hey, Brian and fam, cheering back up despite the diversion of our plan. We're making new plans now. I believe everything happens for a reason.
Yeah, so Haley was going to come up and
True.
visit us.
Oh, okay,
And,
okay.
unfortunately, her child got sick and she wasn't able to come, and it was a bummer. We were excited about it, but I think that she's making new plans now, and those new plans will
Sounds
be
good.
That's awesome.
Be fantastic.
Soulless Honky in the
Soulless, my
building.
man,
Hey guys, got the
Soulless.
poster yesterday. Thanks, Lori.
See,
Hey.
I told you. I told you.
Hey, wait a second,
I'm
where's-
not a liar. The post office sucks right now.
It really
Everything
does.
is so slow.
You know, I used to know where Soulless was from when he announced it every time. Now I don't
forget.
know.
Yeah, it slips the brain.
Yes.
I can't believe it's
Seattle, Washington?
No, it's Portland, Oregon.
Yes.
Yeah, Portland,
Pontiac.
Oregon.
Oregon, yeah.
He usually always tells us he's
Yeah,
from
he's
Portland.
like Portland, Oregon here.
Well, I know
Seattle.
because I was tracking his poster.
Oh yeah, that's true. Soulless, we love you, man.
Angela says, "Happy birthday to me. Thank
Hey.
you.
Hey,
Podcast
Jay.
wouldn't be the same without you. Much love."
Happy
No, yeah, because it wouldn't be
Right,
on.
exactly.
Yeah, that's great. That's the best part. Is it literally
There
wouldn't be.
there wouldn't be a podcast because no one would be behind the engineering board. So thank you, Jay.
Heavenly, you got it, man. Heavenly
Knees.
Knees. She's back and she says, "Hey guys, just sending some love. Happy birthday, Jay. Thank you
Hey.
so
The
much."
thing I
Heaven.
loved about Knees is that last week, like Eric just got it.
Oh,
He was
dude,
like- he
I
was like,
know.
Wait a second, that isn't
know.
Knees, that's Ness.
Are you
Heavenly
kidding me?
Ness.
No,
He
yeah,
just
yeah.
got
I'm
it,
not
Eric, yeah.
surprised. He's
Dude,
slow.
it was so funny.
Although
the
I
way he
do
said-
think that there is like some sort of a, like when you read that, Knees pops out for some reason.
I think because the S could almost look like an E. Like if you
No,
connect
it
not
just
sure.
does. We just had this conversation.
the
My
S.
my brain does that to me all the
it
time.
makes
Yeah.
immediate
Like,
connections. Yeah.
Yeah, and it makes
Yeah.
words that aren't there all the time because then I'll read it again and I'll think, damn, what I thought it was really
Totally
funny.
wrong.
And that's not what it said.
Man, another dollar.
Mom had $100, by the way. She has 100.
Are you for real?
I only have 9. But
Oh,
she
I'm trying
literally-
to be good because don't waste the rest of our. This is our profits for the year.
Wow, well.
Shut the
yes.
fuck up.
I love it.
Don't tell me what to do.
It's not even
Okay,
so good.
Please, I don't normally beg for super chats.
But we really need your help,
No,
guys.
we need your
or this is
help.
going to be the last
Shut
podcast
up.
ever.
It's going downhill.
We don't need your fucking stupid ass super fucking chat.
Oh my God! No, we do. Please, please,
He goes,
save,
please.
save me,
Help.
save me.
Dude,
we're
the
gonna, we're
kids
gonna,
in China
and
need
now
this
we're gonna
shit.
have the section of a little prayer. We're gonna pray for
What?
for
Little bit of
forgiveness.
prayer.
and-
You need to leave.
It's a little bit of
Because I
prayer.
don't know what's going on.
Gotta-
He said we need a section of prayer.
Section of prayer.
All right,
We need
Salmon
to try-
Boa 420 says,
Yeah.
call Noah and Laura Pita Chip, Brian, and you don't have to put the money in the jar. That made no
instead
sense.
of maybe instead
Wait a
of
second,
pizza,
what is a Laura-
piece of pita chip
Or
instead of
oh,
piece of
pita
shit.
chip.
pita
Oh, a
chip.
pita chip.
Yeah, pizza chip
Yeah,
too.
pita chip.
Yeah,
That's not funny.
it's
A pita chip.
You guys are pita chips.
yeah. You guys are
I'm gonna
pizza
pita
chip.
chip your ass.
You guys are
Oh my god.
My
Oh.
phone
Bing,
is
Bing, bing,
dead.
bing, bing.
Your phone's
Before I
dead.
pull out some topics, we can talk out.
So
on the
just-
fly.
yeah.
Well, T. Pritchard.
Barney and albino rainbows. I got to hear about the plan.
All right. So first off, so the Barney ball python. Did you know about that,
No.
Lori? That we hatched the Barney ball
We did.
python.
Yes, I
Yeah.
saw
So
it.
it's certainly not purple.
not
It's purple.
impressive.
No, but it was still cool, and genetically it's cool. I think that if we
It
can
was
get
no
that-
lavender snow cow.
no, it's not a lavender snow cow. You're 100% right with that. But I think that if we get that into say like black pastel.
Yeah,
Okay.
You know,
yeah,
with
yeah,
the camo, it's going to be really, really special. You know, mahogany maybe.
Oh, what did you think about throwing a banana on it? Because
Well, it is a banana.
oh, okay.
Dun,
It's a banana. It's a banana super. It's a banana camo. Which is super
oh,
chocolate
banana.
pinstripe.
Okay,
It's a
because I'm
banana
trying to think
camo.
of which bananas are the most purple. 'Cause
Well, I think the
that's-
black pastels and cinnies are the way to go, but black pastel probably better than that. But now we have a super that we can do. Now we could take the banana camo and breed it to say a black pastel, and we can get all. You know, we could get banana. We could get a first generation without the super.
What you're doing right
You know?
now is you're playing the Kevin game.
Yeah.
Like you just got to find out how many genes does it take
To
make it
to
purple.
make this, and you
Yeah.
don't even know what it is anymore because there's so
Well, just
many
the craziest
genes in
thing was that it literally, Jay, what it was like 60 something eggs,
At
or,
least,
or something
yeah.
crazy
It's
like
a
that
lot.
before. It should have been like a 1 in 8 odds, and we had like 60 something eggs before we
Well,
hit
that
the Barney
sounds
ball.
right for us.
Yeah,
Because
it's-
we've never
well,
had good
yeah.
Long
odds.
odds.
When it
And
comes
then,
to, yeah.
then the albino rainbow
why we
boas are
don't
just something
gamble.
cool. I think that
those are
I
so
think
cool.
that there's certain projects in snakes that get overlooked. You know what I mean? Like
Because those have been around for a little bit, right?
they've been
So
around,
cool,
Yeah.
though.
and
Oh my-
I think
beautiful.
that people just have like not. It's like the Mexican Black Kings, right? They're $40 for 30 years, and now all of a
Yeah.
sudden they're
Stuff just comes
$300.
and goes. It just depends.
Trending,
See,
yeah.
I'm not
Yeah,
gonna rain on your
trending.
parade, but I'm not an albino person.
Really?
So to me, a lot of your darker,
Did you
like
see the recent ones?
axanthics and stuff like that, catch my eye
Oh,
more.
you didn't see the ones I just got.
And I know it's just a matter of preference, and that's what I tell people.
Yeah, but
so
you
you
didn't
got
see
the
the-
yeah, you
yeah,
got like
got-
a T positive.
Yeah,
or
that'll be in a
something.
vlog in the next couple days.
I haven't
yeah.
seen that. No,
I think you might like those
but
better.
if those albinos I tend to like more because they have more
Yeah,
contrast.
purple. They have
and
purple
stuff.
in them
Yep.
and stuff like
I
that.
agree. I'm not as big into
But-
albinos, but the
But I think they're really
the mangroves and those albino boas
Rainbows,
are
yeah.
wild, man.
Yeah, I think they're really cool. So, anyways, my point is, I think that I just want to cultivate that market of rainbow boas, in particular Colombians, because everyone loves Brazilians, which rightfully so. They're awesome, but the Colombians are really an easier animal to work with when it comes to breeding
They
and everything
are.
else.
And
you know,
they're so they're so friendly, right, Noah? Like
Noah loves them.
remember when you
Noah loves
helped
them. Yeah, they're
out
really
and
friendly.
and like if people look back in the vlogs.
yeah, he's screaming.
How old am I? I'm trying to think. What time are you thinking?
This was actually not that long
It's
ago.
probably-
This was in
no,
the
it's-
last
it's-
couple years.
Oh, okay, so
yeah.
it's vlog, not snake
Yes,
bites.
it was vlog
Okay.
because
what?
they were
Please
just
explain.
they were biting the shit out of you, and you were just you were just like
Yeah, do we have a money version?
I wish we did right now.
We totally need
I will
the
get
money
you by
sound
next
effect.
week. We
Yeah,
got you, bro.
Yeah, I think I remember doing like
and
a
you were just like, and you were
challenge.
even like, these are great pets, like as you
Yeah.
were doing it, because they are like some
You're
things
right.
are just born insane, but they grow out of
Yeah,
it
they grow out
rather
of it.
quickly.
Yeah, our adults are
Carpet
pretty good.
pythons,
Yeah.
Burmese python, like a lot of
Yeah.
stuff are just born because that's how they survive.
And
Yeah,
interestingly
sure.
enough,
You know.
retics are typically born tame and then get
Oh,
mean as they get older.
That I don't agree
believe that.
with. No.
No, it is true.
No.
Most
Remember the
retics-
tooth that I had in my arm?
Yeah, but
for
that wasn't a
year?
baby.
Yeah, it was.
Was it a baby?
Yeah, it was.
Lucy babies were all tame. They were super tame.
Yeah, and then they
This is
started
from the
getting
guy who didn't
angrier.
take care of them.
No, but I sexed
Some
them
of them
all
were pretty
and put them in the tubs.
There was a lot of though. That was a cool year.
Yeah, that
No.
was
That,
cool.
or like
yeah.
that clutch.
It
was
wasn't.
Cool.
Yeah, it was like 40,
It wasn't.
42 eggs. And,
Yeah, it was like a lot.
That was crazy.
was a
We need
cool
to breed
thumbnail.
retics again. I was only
Never.
thinking. All right.
Never.
Well, listen. I was thinking about breeding Night
Stop
Fury
thinking.
to Butterscotch.
No.
Why?
Hell no.
Why would you breed butterscotch?
Because-
it's not
Fuck
even that
no.
pretty.
Okay,
Number
slow
one.
down.
You're talking.
You're almost out of money.
Oh, she's not.
You're not
got
borrowing
50 bombs right here.
You're not spending my money.
Oh, I will. It's our money.
So why would you not want to breed that? I mean, I think that Night Fury,
No.
because it's a reproducible thing. It's not a lilac. So if we bred Night Fury to Butterscotch, we could produce some all black
Butterscotch
snakes.
is insane. That stuff passes on. We don't need babies with that temperament. Now, if you told me him to a Perdita,
Well, the
that
reason I
might
can't
make
breed,
more
yeah,
sense.
but the reason I can't breed Perdita is twofold. Number one, I don't want anything to ever happen to Perdita. Number two, if she was gravid, she couldn't be held, and then you'd be months
Right.
without
Well,
people
listen,
holding
I don't wanna
Perdita,
breed
which is
any
one of our
them.
most popular
so
snakes.
that's why we should just protect all.
Well, that's
of the
why
animals
it's
we have,
perfect
and
with
we don't breed
Butterscotch
them.
because no one handles Butterscotch.
No, it's not perfect.
It is perfect.
No, it's not.
Yeah, I'm going to do it.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Let me know in the comments if
do
you
it.
guys want me to.
I don't give a shit if people
What?
want it
Get
or not.
$1.
And guess what? Somebody's going to buy a pregnant retic. Oh, how about that?
Oh my goodness. We've got Quinn now. Quinn loves that stuff, man. He loves
Yeah,
it.
well, guess what? I can
funny.
control Quinn. He's easy.
Yeah, no, you can.
I could snap him like a twig.
Oh, jeez.
You could snap most people like a twig. A lot
Okay.
of people. Most of the
What do we got,
first
Stud
things,
Muffin?
like, people say to me like
Nothing much,
first
sweetheart.
stuff-
How you doing?
Some of the first things people say to me when they're conversating with me is like, "Oh man, your mom's so strong."
Oh, get this. Get this. This is. I didn't tell you this, Lori. I completely forgot. I had a tour the other day.
Yeah.
I think it was like last weekend. It was like maybe 6 or 7 people, like all kids. Well, there was like adults, and then the rest of the kids were like mid-teens, 14 to 16, say something like that. And like we're like 45 minutes into the tour, and Lori walks in, and I hear one of them go, "That's the one that I think is mean." I swear to God, he didn't think I heard him, but I heard him as you're walking. That's the one that
and
I
you know
think
what?
is mean.
I love that.
That's so fun.
You don't
that
have
means
to think.
I'm doing it right.
That's pretty fun. All right,
That is
Stud Muffin.
That's the
Muffin.
one I think
I
is
can give
me.
out shouts to my kids who saw you
For the 2-hour private tour.
Oh,
Caleb,
wow.
Nick, Joe, Kaylee,
Oh, are
and
these
Zoe.
the kids that thought I was
Oh,
mean?
yeah.
Is
Oh
that
my
what that
God! I swear to gosh, I hate to say this, but I think it might be them.
No, was it?
I think it might be them.
Are you for real?
I swear.
So funny.
It's a 2-hour
God.
tour. A 2-hour tour.
I swear to God, I think it was. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry.
Blew up your spot.
I swear to God.
Oh,
Well, we
I
know
am
all of their names now.
I don't know which
So
one
which
of them,
one
but I am
was it?
99.9%
it's okay.
sure.
I mean, it's okay.
But that is too freaking funny,
Dude,
man.
are you for real though?
I swear to gosh, I
The
think it was
2-hour tour.
It was
Swear
a
to
2-hour
God.
tour,
That's
and
crazy.
one of the kids
He
was
hasn't
a
had
kid.
that many yet. That's so funny.
Crazy.
They were great. We had a great time with them. They were super fun, and it was a good 2-hour tour. I mean,
Oh, it was
from
great.
San California, we had a great
yeah,
time.
great.
But yeah, sorry, that was
Honestly, that couldn't have happened any better though.
No.
that was almost impossible. That was
So
that
shout out to you guys.
shout out to you guys. You guys are always welcome back.
Max says, you do so much to make today awesome. Jay, you're a talented and creative filmmaker, clearly a good friend and good son, and a good role model to all of us. Thank you so much. That's
Gosh.
sweet.
Yeah.
Gosh, that's
Max.
so
Max.
nice, Jay. Did you actually do that? Super
I
chat?
actually wrote it.
Yeah, it's like Brian Potter.
You should get paid more. You need time off. No, dude.
It was like Brian Potter. That's my cousin.
Dude, yeah, what? Dude, he's so
we still
funny.
don't know if it was his cousin or
It
not.
wasn't. It wasn't
Yeah, they
his
claim
cousin.
it wasn't, but
It's
I
the
don't know.
same-
Honestly, like, he's
Okay.
so funny, dude.
Potter's great.
Erica says, a little extra for Lori and Noah's swear
Hey,
fun.
thank you.
Well,
I'll say a
we're
fuck yeah to that.
You're the best.
Erica, can you send that in singles, please?
Jessica says, hey, Reptile fam, we visited the Reptarium early March for my best friend's birthday,
Wow.
and we ended up leaving with the no white pied and the
I
Amaretti.
know.
I remember this.
them,
Yeah,
too.
I remember this. This was before the expansion,
Yep.
though.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
So, this is,
What does
so you have to
that
come back.
mean a no white pie?
It was like a low white pie. It was like,
you know
yeah,
how
very
they
little
just
white
have
on
really
it. Yeah.
wacky pattern.
Well,
They're
low
actually
white,
really
okay.
cool.
Yeah, I mean, like some people like the low whites better. You know?
Oh, the
I mean,
pattern's wild on it.
Yeah,
for
yeah.
sure.
A lot of people like Kelsey. That's all she ever wanted to keep was the low white pied ones, you know. And so I mean, I think they're all cool. And I remember, but I remember you have to come back and hang out with us, see the new place, man.
Oh my God, you'll
Of course,
love
Let Roses Burn. I think last week I got
Hey.
mad at her because she said something like she loved Lori or
Yeah,
something
something like that.
But
Yeah,
I wasn't mad at you. I promise. I promise you.
She says, I got you, Brian. Funny story. All night yesterday, I was so bummed because I was trying to figure out why you didn't do the podcast. Then I woke up and realized today is Wednesday.
Well,
I
listen.
feel you because I do that stuff all the time. I can't
And we-
keep these days
and we-
straight.
Yeah, we appreciate you. I
Yeah.
still have your
Action figure. It's
your
right behind
action
us.
figure right behind us. When we do the new podcast room, we're going to be able to put a lot of like
Trinkets and
memorabilia
thing, yeah.
and stuff, and that will be one of the things that goes out
for
for
Can-
sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Can it be somewhere where I can like throw stuff?
Throw
Throw
knives
stuff
at it?
Yeah, dart,
You read my mind.
dartboard.
We'll get a Nerf gun with the sticky.
Oh, that's a good
Sticky
idea. It
tips
goes right on
Get
the
'em. We
forehead.
have a whole
Yes,
thing of them
yeah,
down in the basement.
I have
Oh, yeah,
I have a bunch in my car right now, bro. I'm ready.
Bring
Yeah,
it.
it's crazy. Oh, speaking of, let me tell a story.
Okay.
So I come home, you know, like so our nephew's in town.
Okay.
And of course, it was driving Lori crazy because every time she comes home, Noah and Cheveo have like car, like model
out.
cars.
They're pulling shit out of
out.
the basement, the
Yeah, they got like
garage,
like
everything.
games everywhere and stuff. So they actually, so they had some paintball guns,
Oh no.
and Noah was going to do some artwork.
Yeah.
You know, so he was going to do some stuff, and he wanted to shoot.
Splatter,
So
yeah.
they're you know, I give Noah a lot of credit. He went to the store, bought himself a little nitro tank for the guns, because I have like 3 like auto paintball guns
Yeah,
from
really
way back
nice.
in the day.
Back in the day, we used
Yeah,
to
we
do
used to
that
do
a
it.
lot. With,
Yeah, I used to go
with
out
some
to
of my
Let's
cousins
do
and
it.
stuff.
What are we
in the woods
doing?
and stuff like that was cool. So anyway, so I get home, they're like, we can't get this to work. So I'm like looking at it, I'm like, I don't know, man. I
makes sense.
No,
like,
it
it doesn't
just
make
bought
sense.
The new tank.
Brand
New
new.
tank,
Yep.
brand new tank.
$30.
Yeah, $30. I'm like, I don't know. It should work. I tried on all 3 guns. It's not working. I'm like, I don't know. I just give up. So a couple days later, no, I think it's going to take the tank back.
Yeah.
No.
And there's a cap on the top of it that says, must fill before use.
Oh,
So it's
no.
an empty tank of gas.
Why
Yeah.
the fuck are $30 tanks
Oh,
empty?
there you go. There you go.
Why are they empty?
Oh no, take backsies, dude.
Why are they empty though? You know what I mean?
I
Like,
don't know. It doesn't
Why
make
did I
any
buy
sense.
a $30
Or-
tank
right.
with nothing in
It
it?
should be full first, or like they.
It's
should-
I wonder.
It's
I
like
wonder
a
if it's a.
propane tank. You don't
Yeah.
go and
get
get
empty
one from
ones.
an empty one from
I
a
know,
gas station.
for
like,
$30,
You're paying them
man.
for the gas.
I wonder if you could have
Yeah.
filled it up there for free that one time, though.
Yeah, it's a possibility.
Probably, but guess
yeah.
what? The lady that sold it
How
to
about
me
a
didn't
sticker
tell me
saying that?
That should be
Like-
it.
Well, it did say
on,
right
on
on
the
the
Ask
fill,
me
fill
to
before
fill
use
this?
version. Yeah.
Who's surprised? I went to Walmart, dude. Freaking Walmart.
Yeah.
Because guess
You're
what?
lucky if you even got
I
help.
never want to get sponsored by Walmart anyways because they're so trash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so I can talk crap about them because I don't even want their sponsorship
Oh, I'll
anyways.
talk crap too. They wouldn't
Walmart,
let me buy
you
2 packs
suck.
of
Listen.
toilet paper. I needed one for home and work, and they still would only let me buy 1. I mean,
You know, if
the
we're-
whole
if
shelf's full, people. I'm
Walmart.
not trying to sell one pack of toilet paper.
we're,
Calm the fuck down.
Oh,
Bingo.
if we're talking trash, I want to talk trash about Texas Roadhouse.
Oh no, okay.
Give them the dirt.
Oh
yeah,
my
hit
God.
me with that.
Give them the
smooth butter.
dirt.
Yeah,
Listen.
that was
Give
the
'em the
last
dirt.
time.
That was it, man.
But you know what? Ugh.
we went to.
I will go sit at the bar.
But there, you can't even sit at the bar. It's not allowed. You can't sit at the bar. There's no bar there. That's social
I
distancing.
need my
but
sangria
so
margarita.
we went in early COVID days when it was shelter, curbside only, and literally
never worked out.
Literally, we ended up canceling our order
remember
before
this.
we got
Twice.
and so we're like, we're done. So now, like, they're
They're
50% occupancy. They're open. We're like, well, let's give this another shot.
You've had how many months to get your shit together?
Yeah, we figured by now they're in good shape, and it's been months. So we go there, and this is actually even crazier. So we go there, we order online, we go there. They we walk in to get our food. You can't walk in to get food. You got to go to the parking
nobody
lot.
tells us this.
No one
we
says it, yeah.
We walk. We're standing at the desk.
Yeah, we're at
for
the
like
carryout desk.
literally 5-10 minutes. I try calling the number. I'm like, hello. Nobody's coming out. You walk over to the.
Yeah, I walk over to the greeters, and
Yeah.
they tell us, "Oh, you got to go out in the parking lot." But this is the
You saw
interesting
us
thing.
walk in and stand here like idiots.
But this is the interesting thing. So there's like a little shed with 2 people in it, and you drive over there, and they ask you about your order, or you order your food. In our case, we already had done. They said, "Oh yeah, it's ready." Well, one of the 2 recognizes me
Oh no.
from the vlog,
Oh, yes.
and it's like, "Hey, so you got some animals with you?" Blah 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 blah, and so whatever. So they go park in lot 5, and we'll bring your food over. Like 20 minutes goes by.
Oh, we're sitting there again. I'm trying to call on the thing. I'm like, she said the fucking food is
Uh-oh, there's a dollar.
ready. Like, why are we sitting here? Nobody is bringing this food out. I get out of my car. I walk over to the shed. I'm like, hello? I thought you said my food was ready. What's the name? I tell them the name, and they're like, oh, yeah, it's ready. Where are you at? I'm like, I'm in 5 where you told me to park. What's going on? And the guy's like, oh, sorry, we forgot to tell him you were here.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me right now? Like it was supposed to be ready at 5:45. This is 6:30.
Yeah, 6:30. Yeah,
no.
we're there
So
for 45
how
minutes.
cold
so.
is my food now?
Very cold.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
I
I'm
was just
I'm
like,
done
we're
with
done.
Texas Roadhouse forever.
We're done.
And if anyone knows corporate Texas Roadhouse, you can send
Yeah.
us some gift cards because
Yeah.
Maybe make
Why?
it right.
We'll never use it.
no, I'm going to give them to homeless people.
Actually, that's
Yeah,
not
that's
true.
fair.
If they're good on,
Put 'em in a
on,
swear
on
jar.
drinks,
Give 'em to kids.
I will
Yeah, give
use
it
them
to
on
kids.
the sangria margaritas. But this is the thing. I will say, I love their steaks. Like you know what I mean? Their food is awesome.
Yeah, it's just a
get
bummer. Like they
your
just
shit
can't
together.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, they just can't seem to get it together, which is bizarre. I mean, now we're
We
5
went-
months,
we
four
went
and a half
to
months into this.
Longhorn.
You would think they'd have it together.
We went to Longhorn.
Yeah, it was like that, like
They
easy.
had it.
Boom.
I pulled up.
Outback
they
was
were
great.
out there right at the cart. Like it's
Yeah.
not that hard.
Yeah, Outback was
what
great.
are you not doing right? Like,
Yeah.
come on.
Too much.
Yeah, just losing. I mean, maybe it's just that one location.
It's most
but-
likely just that one.
But man, they are
Just
really
so bad.
mismanaged.
It just
really,
happens to be
really
the one by my
mismanaged.
house.
Yep.
Sucks.
It sucks
So
for
it's-
Texas
it's-
Roadhouse.
All right, Bella.
Bella says, "Love you guys. Can't wait to be out there."
I can't wait
Hey.
too. You can meet our Bella.
Bella and
Solus.
Solus, he's back. Says, "Happy B Day. You're
Happy
an
B-Day,
epic
Jay.
rock star. Love you all.
Epic.
Appreciate it,
Hey,
dude."
You're an
Solus.
epic rock
I hope
star.
things are good
You know
at
that?
Portland.
And then what's their name? Geraldina.
Jaladena.
Jaladena. Jaladena
Hmm.
says, "We were trying to go see you guys for my son's wish from
Oh,
Make a
man.
Wish. However, he is now too sick to travel. Hopefully, one
Oh,
day,
man.
let's get him up here."
Listen, yeah, reach out to us and at least let us send you a bunch of stuff, all right? So
Yeah,
reach
that'd
out
be
to us
awesome.
and we'll send you a
Yeah,
bunch
and
of stuff.
obviously best
you know.
wishes, and hopefully he gets better.
Yeah, we did
Very soon.
Yeah, we did we did a Make-A-Wish once, and it was a tough thing.
I
you know,
remember that actually.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and-
she was terminally ill.
Yeah, and she passed away about a year and a half. We stayed in touch with the family. I went
Yeah.
to the funeral and everything, and it was really, really tough. I got to know her a bit over about a year and a half. They lived about an hour and a half away from here in Flint, and it was interesting because we took a limo down to Columbus, Ohio, to the Columbus Zoo. And got to meet a bunch of cool animals like cheetahs and clouded leopards and snow leopards and penguins, and she got to play with them, and the parents were so grateful because her entire life had only gotten into a car to go to a doctor. So she like got in this car and she, all of a sudden there's this at the end of the rainbow. There's this beautiful
good thing,
day,
not
and
just a
not
doctor
like
visit, yeah.
And so it's, but unfortunately, we ended up doing a few other things, over the next year and a half together.
Yeah, that was you and Chewy.
Yeah, and then she suddenly passed a couple years ago, and it was a tough thing. So Make-A-Wish is we should donate this to Make-A-Wish. There you go, bang. I think that's a great deal.
There
Let's
you go.
donate it
Wow,
to
that worked
Make-A-Wish.
out perfect.
Yeah, because it's a great organization, and but seriously, reach out to us. We will we'll hook you up with a bunch of cool swag, and I can only pray that you'll be able to get up and see us in the very near future.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the worst, but good.
Oh yeah.
Was
that the
That's
last
it for
one?
right now.
That's
yeah.
it for the super chats. All right. Well, we're still down about $600 in swear jars.
It's been
but
35
night.
minutes. Look at those swear
Dude, it's only been 35?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Feels like an hour and a
It
half.
does. It does. Dang.
So-
Okay.
So
So
It has been a
obviously
long
we
day.
don't have a guest this week. Obviously, Potter was great last week.
Oh, it was awesome.
It's a really difficult thing right now. Like we want to have in studio guests, but we also want to be safe. And so travel is like some of the people that want to come up and we want to come up are in areas that I don't know that I want them to come up from, right?
Yeah.
Florida, Texas, some places like that. So I think that we'll have some. As a matter of fact, I think 2 weeks from now, it's going to be on a Saturday, not on a Wednesday. We have the minister that
Demonologist,
yeah,
right?
does like a demonologist that does exorcism.
On what day?
It's on a Saturday night.
Yeah.
It's not the.
it's not my podcast,
the
but it's on a
7th or
Saturday.
8th.
No, it's the next weekend, the 15th or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So probably just you don't have to be involved because I know that you probably wouldn't want to be.
I just making
Yeah, but
sure you
we're gonna-
didn't plan on our plans. That's
So
all.
it's
No.
gonna be cool though, because we're gonna be able to like ask this guy.
Yeah, I don't
questions
think I'm
and
going to
see
be here for the
footage.
demonologist. No, I'm
Well,
not.
you're missing out.
I'm gonna sit this one out.
Can you have him bring footage and stuff? Like, can you text him?
I'll
and say,
ask
like,
him if
bring
he's got any
some
like
footage?
that would be great if he has something because he said he's
Yeah.
been doing
Tell him to
exorcism
leave
for
the-
like 20-something
Leave
years.
the demon spirits at home. We
Yeah,
don't
that
need
would be
any
good.
here.
Yeah, no, we have plenty.
Well, we can play with one or two.
No,
just
we're
a
gonna.
couple. What
Noah's
about
gonna
Timmy?
bring the Ouija board. He's just gonna be like, "Let's go."
What was
The
it? The one
Ouija
person from the
board.
tour said they wanted to bring you some kind of what the heck was it?
Crystal or something like
Oh,
that.
pendulum.
Oh, a pendulum.
Was
yeah.
it a pendulum?
Yeah, I think it was a
Yeah.
crystal pendulum. Yeah, I think that's
Something,
what they said. Yeah.
They were saying you can like just talk to the
I'm
other
like, that's
side or
just what he
whatever.
needs. No thanks.
So
So I've been going to a like an energy person.
Speaking of
Yeah.
crystals.
Yeah, and it's interesting the energy thing, right? I mean, it's I know it's weird, but I think it's cool, and but
what's she
she
saying?
she just
Enlighten us.
Please.
no, it's just like she talks about like releasing energy that is like negative in your life, this and that. And what's really weird is that when she will sometimes do like she'll like touch parts of your head and like be like,
Did she
I,
touch you?
oh, jeez.
Which head?
Show me on the
I know.
doll.
Show me on the doll. Oh shit!
Noah, get up here now. I'll like do your head.
No, we got the Brian doll. I can show you.
Show us on
grab
the
the
Brian
doll
doll.
real
How did-
quick.
show us exactly how she touched
Well, maybe
you.
it's. Listen, I think it's. I
touches
think
you
it's
on the
interesting. There's like certain pressure points on your head and stuff like that, and she. But then she'll talk about like releasing energy, and sometimes you feel things like pulsations like go out of you.
Interesting.
No, dang! I tell you, this is going the wrong way.
Yeah, dude. It just sounds so bad out of context,
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it just starts pulsing and this energy comes out. It's crazy. I can't believe it's so much energy.
All of my negative energy is
What the? What kind of energy?
How much do you pay for
It's 150. She meets me in my truck. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's 50 for a half hour or 150 for an hour.
Damn, she's upcharged. The upcharge on that one.
I don't know what it is.
All right, we're gonna have to
Top
look
class.
into some of this stuff you're doing.
Top shelf coach right there.
Yeah, and that'll be the last session I'm having.
Yeah,
Wow.
Wow.
damn straight.
Oh gosh.
Wow.
That's incredible.
Well, I.
But anyway,
But
Next
anyway.
topic.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go check her out.
She comes highly recommended.
I like it. I enjoy it. I enjoy it.
10th visit's free. I got a school punch card. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Punch card.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Jesus.
All right. Let's go.
Right into that
Pack
one.
pythons.
Pack Python says, does selling affordable ball pythons work well for you because of your followers? Do you recommend it to other breeders already have followers wanting pets from me and considering a similar path? Much love.
Yeah. So listen, I think it can work extremely well. I mean, certainly, we have a good outreach. I mean, we have a large outreach, and that helps us a lot. Obviously, I'm not going to lie to you about that. But this is the point: is that anything under several $100s. I don't know what the price point is for you, Laura. I think $1,000 is maybe the top end. People will buy that as a pet. Yeah.
I mean,
I mean, certainly the more 300 to 500,
Right.
200 to 500 is going to be more. But my
Yes.
point is that up to $1,000, people will buy like a really cool, like, well, I just want that because I love it. They don't care about breeding it or
Exactly.
genetics.
right. Wait
And-
a second. Right now is during stimulus time. Yes.
The stimmy?
Yeah.
That's
the stimmy.
Right. You can buy more expensive pets.
Yeah, and but I think that the business model works better for two reasons for me and for us personally, and that's because when you're starting to breed snakes as an investment, I've said, and I've said this many times. Some people hate that I say this, but I'm just being completely honest. To me, it's a very broken system. And what I mean by that, I know you spent a lot of money tonight. What I mean by that is that this is
$100.
yeah. Oh my God.
She swore over almost
I don't
120.
think that's right. You took some of my money.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
You
that's
had a
great.
whole paper clip yourself.
Oh my goodness, that had to be
Let's
25. That'd be
rewind the
25.
footage.
Yeah,
Look at
so my point is that and we did this. So I'm not like looking at people and saying you're bad for doing this. I mean, we most of our career we were doing this, but it would be like you would come to me and say, Brian, I've got $25,000 and I want to be a breeder. Okay. I would then sell you my project and teach you how to compete with me. And 2 years from now, you were taking my business away from me. That's a flawed business plan.
Yeah,
Don't you think?
Oh, yeah.
The other
Well,
thing.
this is the thing is, it didn't start as a business.
Well, it
Back
didn't
in the
for us,
day,
but
it was
yeah.
well, it was a
But
hobby, right?
right, but-
and then
right.
as it was kind of evolving,
Right.
that was just how it had to evolve.
Right. No, well,
I got you.
You know?
I understand that, but I just think that we were part of that evolution,
Yeah.
and we were part of the problem. And it's a pyramid scheme. It really is a pyramid
of course
scheme.
it is,
The
yes.
guys on the top make the money. The guys on the bottom don't make the money.
Which
so
I mean, hey, guess what? Our pyramid schemes are around. They
no,
always
and I'm not
will
saying it's
be,
like an illegal
and it's
pyramid
not-
scheme or
no.
something. I'm
but
just
you
saying
just
that
have to
you know.
realize when you're getting into something like
Right,
that.
but most people that are getting in don't realize, and that's why we stopped. Is I saw too many people getting hurt. Saw too many people mortgaging their house and spending money and then losing
Yeah.
it all, and it just wasn't good for me anymore. The other thing you've got to remember, Pac, is that if you're talking about investment animal people. Let's say there's 100,000 people in this country that would like to buy an investment ball python or an investment any snake for that matter that wants to invest and turn this into a business. I would say 100,000 is a generous number,
Sure.
considering that USARK, the United States Association for Reptiles Keepers, has like less than 30,000 members.
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
So let's say 100,000 people would actually want to go to Tinley Park and buy an investment quality animal. Do you want to market your business to that 100,000, or do you want to market to the 12 to 15 million people that are reptile keepers in the United States?
Well, 15 million.
Right.
because-
Yeah, market to the 12 to 15 million, and you're not selling them on something that is going to eventually, be your competition either.
You're not
now, if
selling
people,
them an investment, you're selling them a pet.
yeah, you're selling them an animal, and we don't. So when people call us now at BHB and say like, "I want to make this," it's a matter of fact, yesterday, you remember Big D, Damien, down in Columbus?
Yeah.
He messaged me yesterday, and he was like, I hadn't talked to him in like 2 years, and he was like out of the game, and he messaged me yesterday like, "Hey, dude, what's going on?" He's like, "I've got some money burning a hole in my pocket. I want to invest." I literally responded, "Well, if you're looking for investment animals, I no longer do that." And he's like, "What do you mean?" I said, "I don't sell investment animals." I said, "I've got some cool stuff." I said, "You're more than welcome to look on our website, but I don't sell investment animals." He's like, "Wow, I can't even believe I hear you say that." And so I kind of explained just what I just explained there, and he was kind of blown away, So my point is, Pac, is that if you market yourself to the pet trade, there's a much larger audience, and that you're not going to run out of people. Because the thing I think with the reptile trade, I was talking with Kevin McCurley about this not too long ago, is that now, not so much, back in the late 90s, early 2000s, there was so much money, it wasn't ridiculous. I mean, you go to Daytona or Orlando, and there was, 50 people walking around spending tens of thousands of dollars. But I think Brian Potter said it good when he was here last week. He said, there might be $3 million spent at Tinley, but it's really
Circulated
$50,000 that just keeps getting spent
vendors.
over and over and over again. You
Well,
spend
so-
10 and I spend 10 and then you spend it. So the $10,000 just goes round and round
I
and
got a
round.
question for you then. So, what are your thoughts then? Because, so, like, we just produced the first ever of whatever that something clown was. That's
Yeah.
a beautiful whatever animal. Again, not a pet animal.
No, it's not.
So, like, what's the thoughts on producing that? Because, and not that I'm against it,
Yeah.
because obviously
So-
there's nothing cooler than producing a one of a kind, the first ever and stuff like
yeah.
that. But then, so what are your thoughts, and where does that fit in us?
Well,
with
it,
BHV?
it fits. I think where it fits is that 3 years from now, we're going to be pumping those guys out for $600 a piece, and people are going to be buying them like crazy because it's a beautiful snake.
Oh no, I have no doubt.
And that's my
And I
thought.
think
Right now,
that's-
I could
and-
sell that for probably $3,500 or $5,000, but that's not what I want to do. I'd rather keep it and produce it for $500 or $600, where people are like,
Right.
"Oh my God, I can buy that Enchi Mojave banana clown for $600,
crazy.
and you can produce as many as you want. And you're going to sell every single one of
So
them."
we'll see, and that's perfect. And there you go to
Pack.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? So you can kind of have both if,
Yeah,
if
so,
that's
yeah.
your mentality.
Yeah.
Because don't get me wrong, like, you know me, like, I am most like, screw that. I don't want to do any of that stuff from the whole, I just don't want to be in that
Lock in my
game.
pocket.
Well,
What
it's
cage
probably
is
in
that?
Pocket in your
What
pocket?
cage is that supposed to be on? Number
Crocodile
one.
monitor.
I was sitting down. I'm like, something feels like it's in my butt.
Where's the energy therapist?
I'm gonna clip that.
So, anyways, there you go, Pack. You got your money.
Yeah.
you
You
got
got-
your money's worth
yeah,
on
you
that.
did.
That
That
way.
was that's some good tip. That's a pro tip.
Yeah.
R&E
tip.
Reptiles just threw
Thank you.
$2 for love, so thank you.
Hey, thanks, Arnie.
Love, love,
thank
love.
you, thank you.
And then
Amber.
Amber comes in and says, "Happy birthday! It's my birthday as well. Happy birthday, Amber!
Happy birthday, Amber.
Amber.
Love all of you,
You
Lori.
cutie pie.
Lori, you're my Shiro. Never heard that.
Shiro,
Like
that's
that.
awesome. I
I
like
Can't wait
that.
to see you guys.
Well, that's
I've never
awesome.
heard
Well,
Shiro.
happy-
That's
happy
good.
Maybe
birthday,
it's like
Amber.
a
Yeah.
metaphor for superhero or something, or maybe
It's like, yeah, like
She-hero.
It's a she-
Yeah,
hero.
she-hero.
Superhero.
Shiro.
I'm a
Yeah.
Shiro. I am a-
Wow.
That's all that Bali music in your head, dude.
Shiro.
It is that's a great term. I'm going to use
That's
that.
Yeah.
sexist.
Are you? Are you going to be a Shiro?
He is, dude.
Well, listen,
Look at
I don't
him.
see gender. I don't know why I said that. Yeah. It's all the
You
same.
say the
I
stupidest
just
shit.
close my eyes and go down there.
My energy coach says not to.
Yeah, next topic.
I love it.
We're not
All
talking about
right.
this energy coach anymore.
No, she's a nice woman.
So
She's going to come with her
much.
daughter. She's going to come with her
front
daughter.
me?
Dude,
Oh
you
my
gotta
gosh.
make one of these clips has to be every swear entering the swear jar, dude.
No, but she's going to come to the
Yeah, I'd
Reparium.
love to meet
Is
her.
she?
Yeah, she is.
Love
Her
to meet
daughter.
her.
Yeah, her daughter watched a couple of our videos. I don't think that she knew us before this, but she was like, "Oh, a YouTuber," and her daughter's maybe
Getting
like
weird.
13ish or so, something like that.
Yeah.
12, 13, 14. I don't even know. But anyways, point is that she's like, "Do you mind if we come?" And I said, "Sure, that'd be great."
I think that'd be sweet.
Yeah, I think it'd be cool. Welcome into my world, right?
Welcome one, welcome all.
Yeah. Who else was going to come? Andrew was going to come to the Reptarium today, but I just didn't have time.
You blew him off.
I blew him off.
Yeah.
That's
He's our,
Sorry,
one of our
Andrew.
trainers.
I'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah. Yeah, he's
dude, he's getting jacked.
Is he?
Yeah, either that or he's just working out with his shirt off more.
I think
don't know.
I think there's a little Palumboism going on there.
Oh God.
So for those of you guys that don't know about Palumbo,
Like-
it's when you get a little extension of your stomach from steroids.
Oh, I've heard of that.
And it's our good
Calling
friend.
it out, dude.
No, I'm
he's
not
calling-
saying, I mean,
It's got that
just saying-
HGH, dude.
I'm just saying.
I'm about to get some fucking Palumboism going.
Excuse me.
God Almighty. I only got
We're
$2
running out.
left.
Like, all right, we're gonna have to be bumming off
After
of him.
I run out of dollars, you have to drop a.
You got to borrow
bit
from
of
the jar,
blood.
and then you got to put
bit
$2
of
in
blood?
later.
Yeah, you have to prick your finger.
no,
in.
you're
I'll
not
go get
gonna
a knife.
bleed on the money.
Well, it's
that
blood
could have been a
money.
swear word.
Oh, we're gonna have to
What?
get some
The prick word?
post-its.
Yeah,
prick
prick.
word.
It just depends on
No.
context.
How
It
you
depends on
see it.
You can
context.
prick your finger.
Well, I'm just
Natasha.
saying.
It
depends on context.
Just
Depends
not
on
like you
context.
with your energy
Yeah, you
stuff.
freaking energy coach.
The pulse.
It's pulsing.
Negative energy pulsating
Touch
out of
the head and
my
it starts pulsing.
I can feel it coming out of my head.
Look at all this energy.
Pulsating.
I like that. That's a funny, dude. That's funny.
You wouldn't understand
It's
unless you felt it.
hilarious. Yeah.
Of course.
You know what? I'm gonna have
course.
Jay go with you next week.
No, man, you can't come with me.
Can you film
She
that?
said it's from COVID.
It's
I can't
gonna
have
be-
anybody
no,
else
no,
in there.
It's gonna be on the vlog for all
It's
to
gonna be on
see.
the OnlyFans account.
You got to pay
brand new.
extra for that. Wait, oh no, that's an Instagram thing. What you got to make the extra thing.
Speaking of Instagram,
Ooh.
that Reels is going to really affect TikTok. Do you guys hear about this?
No.
You're speaking a different language.
So
What the heck are you
Instagram
talking
is
about?
about to launch, I think, like this week or next week.
think
It's,
this
it's
week.
called Reels, and it's exactly like TikTok, but
on
on
Instagram.
Instagram.
Why?
Well, just because they
now
did the
Instagram
Insta story.
owns it.
Yeah, it's just
So
like
stupid.
Insta story killed Snapchat. Didn't
Yeah.
kill it, but it hurt
Or
Snapchat.
the videos.
I feel
hurt
like a lot of
Vine.
people are still
Same
out
thing.
there snapping.
And that's a reason why.
Yeah, people still Snapchat.
And that's
but-
what keeps Instagram relevant.
Yep.
Is
Right.
that they keep jocking
Picking
other
people's
Changing,
stuff.
yeah.
Yeah.
You're right.
No, and it's
And then-
smart too.
Then I guess
is smart.
YouTube also is releasing a similar thing to TikTok as well.
So now that's
So
where it's going to
YouTube-
get funny because obviously they
Well-
just released stories not too long
Yeah, and
ago.
it just didn't
Well, did you
work.
read-
I just
do you
think
guys-
YouTube it doesn't work.
I don't know if you guys use as much YouTube as I, but
course
I
I
use
do, yes, a
tremendous
lot.
amount
I
of
do
It's
not.
all I watch.
Especially, I use
do
it on
not.
both platforms, on the phone and on the
Computer.
computers, which are actually very different.
Much
Yeah.
different.
And if you don't use both, then
I think they're
missing
supposed to
out.
be. I think
There's
they're supposed
this-
to be changing some things
There's
on
this
that.
there's this feature that they released a few months back now, where they now promote a new category of videos, short videos.
Oh, interesting.
And I mean, they're
I heard
literally
about
like,
this.
and I see it on my phone when you just scroll, and then all of a
I
sudden
think
TikTok.
you told me
there's a
about that. Yeah.
yeah, all of a sudden they'll just roll out a horizontal, because like, you know, you're scrolling vertically, and then they'll throw out a horizontal bar with a tab that says short videos. And I mean, there's probably 25
Yeah.
or so
I think you told
videos
me
that are
about
like
that. Yeah.
15 seconds, 30 seconds
Huh.
or less.
Yeah,
And
where
what-
I
what
wonder.
platform?
This is
YouTube.
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 Yeah.
So that's kind of like a TikTok competitor as
So
well,
maybe-
right?
only on mobile though, because
But I just saw
Only on
that
mobile.
YouTube. I just saw a release saying that YouTube. One of my managers sends. That's how I knew Reels was coming out, and there's several
Yeah,
other
I've
things.
heard about
but
that.
YouTube is doing something that is going to make the mobile and tablet more similar.
Huh.
So there's like a new release
mobile
that they're
and
doing.
tablet,
Or
Yeah.
mobile
or
and
you
phone
mean
and stuff.
computer?
Yeah, desktop and mobile more
Oh,
similar.
desktop.
Tablet is
Okay.
different than a
Yeah.
desktop.
Okay, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So okay, that makes more sense.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
So
they
that-
can't. That doesn't even
Well,
make
it doesn't make
sense.
sense. Yeah, they're going to just try to do the best I think they can.
I think they should leave it or at least like not necessarily leave it the way it is, but why? It's different, you know. Like when you have a screen, a monitor, you
Yeah.
can see 20 thumbnails on your screen, but you don't want to see 20 thumbnails on your phone
You
screen.
can't.
Yeah.
You want
Like,
to
or
see
if they
3
did,
big
they'd
ones.
be so
Yeah.
little you wouldn't be able to see them. Believe
Yeah.
me.
They might make the one on the desktop more similar to the cell phone then maybe.
Yeah, and that might be it,
they've
maybe
been
bigger,
rolling
yeah.
that out. They've been I've been noticing that on my computer, both on the Mac and my
larger
PC.
thumbnails.
Yeah, larger thumbnails.
I've seen that
Which is
have been-
great. I mean,
I agree.
I'm in it.
it's
Obviously,
great
you have
for
less
us,
of a
yeah.
chance to show up on the related because there's less
I don't
The other
ones,
thing
but
is-
if your thumbnail's big,
The other
it's
thing
awesome.
interesting they're
Exactly.
rolling out is
What's
and
that?
I don't know where it's going to be, but and I don't think it's just to creators. I think it might be like part of the platform. Something like what other people watch that video.
Huh.
So
Yeah.
like the 20
Yeah.
videos that are the most popular 20 videos that other people watch
Do
that
you click
watch
on
this
that?
one. Do I sometimes?
Yeah,
I
it
mean
depends on what it is.
that one I mean it hasn't rolled out yet, but sometimes I click
So
on
is that kind of like
related.
if like on
But they already
Amazon
have-
people that bought this also bought?
Yeah,
They
but
have-
you know
yeah.
what? That's the thing.
Listen.
Like that doesn't get me because I see that and I'm like, I don't give a shit.
They
what
have-
somebody else has bought or
They
somebody
already-
else has looked
Dollar.
at. Like,
Dollar.
you think that interests me because some dumbass clicked
$2.
on it.
Another
Like-
$2. You're about out of money. Does she have to leave the podcast?
No, she has to borrow from
Yeah.
the jar.
When you're done, you have to leave the podcast.
She's like,
exactly. I would have just cussed out the whole first 2 seconds
Well,
and
that's
been
how
out.
we got you.
So what were you saying?
I don't remember. Can we talk? What were the few
We're talking
words
about
before?
the
You were
related
talking about-
videos.
yes.
Oh, so they already have that algorithm. They're just utilizing it a different way.
in a different way, right.
Because when you're scrolling on mobile again, I don't think you really see this on PC and or Mac. When you're scrolling on your phone, there's a little bar that pops up underneath the thumbnails sometimes that say, for example, Brian Barczyk viewers watch this channel as well. It will literally
I've
say
seen,
that.
I've seen that too.
So
yeah.
they're
yeah.
using that. That's like the same exact similar. Well, not same exact. Similar
Yeah, they're just-
algorithm, just using it in a different way,
Yeah,
which
they're
I
just
actually
gonna roll it out more.
don't know if I agree with, because I think that YouTube it should be more personalized rather than generalized.
Yeah, well, but yeah, YouTube is all about, and coming from a family that is supported on YouTube, we have to understand that it's a platform that they're all about how many minutes could they keep people on that platform. And it's one of those things that even if it's detrimental to you as a creator, but it keeps, let's say, I mean, it's so simple. I remember one of my managers telling me this, where it's like, if the average viewer stays on for 30 seconds longer from an algorithmic change, even if that algorithmic change hurts the creators, they will make it. Because remember back in the day, if you watch my video, chances are everything on the sidebar was going to be my videos.
Yep.
Now, if
It
there's
varies.
20 videos, there might be 5 of my videos, and the rest are everyone else's videos because they're. And as a matter of fact, they had said that you would think like if someone was watching a snake video, it would all be related to snakes, but they found that people would stay on the platform if you did something radically different. Let's say you snakes. Now, with their algorithm, they'd say, well, snake people also like to watch about shipwrecks. And then they would or whatever.
True, though.
You know what
It's
I mean?
really true.
And then all of a sudden they would serve you up a shipwreck video.
Yeah.
Because it would keep people on the platform longer than watching
Trial and
15
error
snake
and-
things.
Well, it's
and
almost
stuff.
like that change of perspective. Like,
Right.
when you have a long clip, you cut different things because you're keeping that person's attention. Because if they watch snakes for 30, 40 minutes, they're going to just
They
be like,
get
all right, I'm
bored
going to
of
go,
it.
I'm going to
Right.
go do something else.
You got to serve up something different. to
But
keep
yeah,
them
you
on.
put shipwrecks on, they're like, whoa, I'm indulged, you know, all that.
Speaking of which, I one time I went down the rabbit hole, and this won't
One
surprise
time?
you. No, I've done it a million times, but this won't surprise you. I went down the rabbit hole of ships crossing the Drake Passage.
Oh, God.
What's the Drake?
The Drake
Passage?
Passage is the passage from Argentina to Antarctica. It's the roughest seas on the planet. And I watched 4 hours of ships crossing the Drake
This
Passage.
is Mr. I've been working all day. I just watched 4 hours
what I
of
did
ships trying
yesterday.
to cross the passage.
4 hours.
And I'm like, what?
Yeah.
No, I'm working. I'm working.
Yeah, it was a tough day. That
I'm so stressed.
These ships are really
People are dying like you wouldn't believe.
I just want to let you know I will never cross the Drake Passage.
We know.
We knew that.
Jay, can you pull up? Can you pull it up? Pull up just one video.
We're not going
but
down
is
a
it-
4-hour
No, I
rabbit
wanna
hole.
see-
Drake Passage.
Did you like that search, Dr. Fossey first pitch?
Oh, shit.
Yeah, and
It was
just
terrible, by the way.
pull up a video that's not that doesn't have a gazillion views, so we don't get copyrighted.
Yeah. Give me a second. You keep talking. I'll look for a
Okay,
good
cool.
one.
Drake
Because I mean, it's
Passage,
crazy.
little
We can talk
views.
about Dr. Fossey's first pitch for a little
Oh my
bit.
God.
Did you see that?
Oh,
The Dr.
yeah,
Fossey's
he
first
flattened
pitch?
the curve. He
It-
finally flattened the curve.
It curved to the left.
No,
That
he
shit
curved
went
that motherfucker like crazy.
Whoop.
Like,
Yeah, did I slip one out there too?
I think
I don't think you did.
Okay,
I
cool.
think you were all right.
like that was the craziest curve I've ever seen
But
in
like,
my life.
yeah, I literally just
What
dropped
reality
around.
of
Yeah, just click that.
rowboating Drake's Passage? Joe Rogan had someone on that rowboated Drake's Passage.
No, he
and
did,
then what are
dude.
you
Yeah,
crying
and you're
about?
crying
They
about-
did it in a rowboat.
Yeah, you rode it, and you want to hop on a crab boat?
Exactly.
I'll go deep sea.
All right, here we go.
Feet fishing.
I'm gonna go deep feet sniffing.
Deep feet sniffing, dude.
Boy, give me them feet. I'm gonna sniff them little piggies.
right across
Just
the
go up to
passage.
right here. Watch this. Watch
Sniff
this.
that feet all
Watch
day.
this ship. Watch this ship. But
Watch
this
this ship right here, dude.
This doesn't
Oh,
look that.
you're so
This doesn't look
cute.
that interesting at all.
I'm gonna keep. I'm gonna
Watch
see.
this ship.
No, this is like tame water
Yeah,
right
what
here.
the
hell?
The
And this
Drake
is what you're
passages
scared
that
of.
are
See
crazy.
this guy's
No,
face?
that's
You
like
know, that's-
it's like you gotta
This
be like
looks
you know,
more
like
like it.
There you go. Caught in a hurricane.
Massive
Drake
gonna
storm.
die.
This
Passage.
is it. This is
Well,
what we're
they're
talking
doing
about.
it
Yeah,
in a
look at this.
hurricane.
Look at this.
Wait, you
Oh.
just said they're doing it in a hurricane.
Massive.
Like you shouldn't be on a boat
Listen,
in a hurricane
It's always
anywhere.
a hurricane.
That-
It's always a hurricane.
Look at this. Look at this.
That's so
Look at
nuts.
that.
That is crazy.
You don't
Okay.
ever want to be in a
Wait,
boat
let's
in
get
bad
another-
water.
Big,
Oh
this is a big
my
one. Get
gosh.
this one. Get this one.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my
gracious.
God, look at that.
Oh,
Oh, look at this right here. Oh, this
here
is gonna
comes.
hurt. This is
massive
gonna hurt.
energy release.
Oh.
Oh, all the negative energy.
Just let it release.
All right. All right. Kill that.
You're good.
Beautiful.
But I did go down the rabbit hole with that once.
And you watched 4 hours of that? I watched a minute and 30 seconds and
And
got
that
bored.
was too much, right?
You watched 4 hours?
Oh yeah, because he's like, oh my God, this is terrible. Let me see another one.
So
Oh, this is horrible.
Do you remember John Basow, the fitness guy?
Yes, I do.
So his friend Fran Capo, who is ironically enough, she owns like I don't know. Can you pull up Fran Capo, CAPPO, fastest talking woman?
Yeah, that's wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I did some videos.
Do you want a video of it?
No, just
a picture?
yeah. Let's just do the images.
Okay.
Because I don't know about the video side. So this is Fran here. So,
Hi, Fran.
So, hi,
She
Fran.
can talk fast.
She's a comedian and she's also the fastest talking. She's done a bunch of crazy stuff. Like she's like
seen her.
she like read the little pigs at the Titanic down in a submarine, like for the world record. It was just like some crazy. She's wild,
That's cheating.
right? But she
can't
told
just
me
make
that
stuff
a
up.
company wanted her to do something in Antarctica. Like some fast reading in Antarctica, this like Mutual Omaha or whatever it is, right?
Why?
I don't know. But anyways, so she was like, her agent called up and said, hey, would you like to, go down? And she was like, yeah, let's do it. So she said she literally like flew down to the tip of Argentina, like the next day, she goes to get on the boat and they said, do you get seasick? And she's like, well, I really haven't been on too many boats. And they said, well, we're going to go across the Drake Passage. She goes, well, what does that mean? And they go, well, it's pretty heavy waves. So she had no idea.
That would have
She
been
said,
me.
So,
I don't know.
So this is the thing.
too.
And this is the thing. You know who else just told this story was the guy from Stranger Things, the sheriff. He did the Drake Passage just last
Really?
year. And he talked about the fact that he said you're in like 50-foot waves. He said, now the thing that the problem is that it's 50-foot waves for 48 hours.
This is a thing.
jeez.
Again,
So
live your whole life not knowing about it. You'll never do it anyways. Why do you research this
Yeah,
stuff?
and
Well, it's
then
just
you stress
Like,
out
yeah.
about it.
What if that was Brian though, and like,
will
hey, you want to go on the Drake's
never-
Passage? Now you know. Hell no, dude, I'm
let
good.
me tell you, Brian would never do anything without researching
or without a boat.
it,
If
without
it's on a boat,
Googling
it ain't
50
happening.
times. Right.
Right.
So that wouldn't
I'm not
happen
doing
anyway.
But so Fran just said, she got on this boat and she said, oh
She
my
did
God.
it?
Oh, she did it. She said, oh my
Did she
gosh.
get
She goes,
sick?
Brian, she goes, you literally couldn't get out of your bunk. You had to be strapped in for 2 days.
Oh my God.
She said you couldn't eat, you couldn't drink, you couldn't do anything. She said it was like a roller coaster for 2 days straight.
Oh,
A
hell
prison
no.
roller
And that's what the guy,
coaster.
the sheriff from the Stranger Things, whatever his name is, he said that. He said the thing that you don't understand is like you don't get a break. It's not like, oh, can I take 15 minutes to go to sleep? Because you don't sleep because
so
you can't sleep.
Why do people do this instead of flying?
I don't know. I mean, I think that
think
there's.
Why
very-
would
I
you
don't
do
think
that
there's-
on purpose?
I don't think there's very
fucking
Never.
pee.
Okay. I don't think that there's very many commercial flights to Antarctica.
There's
Oh,
got to
yeah,
be
yeah.
one, and I'd pay whatever it takes to do it
Yeah.
if I wanted to
But
get
maybe
there.
some people think the adventure of going down Drake's Passage is cool. I have no
Well,
idea.
I can honestly say that A, it's an adventure I'd never want to experience,
Mm-hmm.
and B, I wouldn't lose any sleep over the fact that one day I might because I won't.
Yeah.
Like, and I wouldn't take 4 hours for me to realize that. So I don't
Yeah.
understand why you watch so much video of it.
interesting, bro. It's interesting.
Exactly.
What's the
I
one
would
that?
see it one time and go, "Fuck that," and
I'm
then
good.
click on to the next
need a
thing. I'm
dollar?
out.
Here's a dollar.
Yeah.
Oh, you damn
You got
loading.
me.
I got to loan my money out now. Dang. Let's get some super chats. I mean, make
Yeah.
this money back.
Yeah, so Pat, she's a veteran now. She says, "Hey guys, just wanted to let you know that I booked another
I
virtual
saw
tour.
that,
Holy
Pat.
cow.
Is that number
Pat.
3 or 4? I think.
So
right?
Pat,
what do you want to do?
Yeah,
you want to tour the
remember-
house?
Yeah. We'll give you a tour of the. Yeah, we'll give you a tour of the.
Not an option.
new-
Jay.
Yeah, yeah.
Shut up.
the tour of the new thing. You'll meet Morgan. She's
Yep.
doing most of the virtual tours now. I'll pop in, Pat, and say hi to
She's
you
got
and
that
hang out
set
with you a
up.
little bit.
I
But
want to say it's for Sunday. I think.
oh,
I
it's
saw
this
that.
Sunday. I'll see how it goes. If I'm not busy on a regular tour, which is gets busy on the weekends as well, I'll absolutely make sure to pop on and say hi. But in the meantime, you'll hang out with Morgan a little bit, so you'll get a different perspective, Pat, because you'll be hanging out with Morgan instead of me. But like I said, regardless. I will
Thank
say
you so
hi to you,
much.
and thank you so much. Okay.
Scottish Rob says, "Hey guys, hope to see you in St. Louis, NARBC. Best to all of you guys. Happy anniversary of your womb emancipation, Jay. Never heard it
Nice.
put just like that. I don't know if that
Nice.
deserves a $1 in the swear jar or not, but it sounds like it does.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah. I say. So first off, I wonder what the percentage is of St. Louis NARBC happening. Like, I mean, maybe it's pretty high. I don't know.
'Cause
I don't, it's in
when?
St. Louis.
What? No, when?
In about 5 weeks.
So September.
September.
Yeah,
September
yeah.
5th and 6th. It's on my birthday weekend.
Yes,
actually.
that's right. September 5th.
Yeah, it's on my birthday
So
weekend.
Labor Day weekend.
Yeah, Labor Day weekend. A couple things about it. Number one, I hope it happens. I really do, for everyone's sake. Will I go? I think it'll be two things that will. Number one, how my mental ability is going. If I feel not anxious and I feel that it won't be
Cumbersome.
yeah, to go. Like, we're going to go on a short trip here in a week or so, and that'll give me a lot of understanding just for a day or two, not far away, how I'll do traveling, because it's about a 10-hour drive to St. Louis. I'm not flying for sure.
I was going to say it's not that long for what we're doing.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
St. Louis is about 10 hours. But anyways, and then the only other thing that I don't mean to seem weird about this and stuff, but I don't think I'd want to be in a room with 5,000 people right now. You know what I mean? But I might go and just go in and out, and definitely I would be masked up. I hope that
You know
most
what?
people will wear masks there. I really do. I just think that if you have 5,000 people in a room without masks, all it takes is a couple people to infect a whole lot of people.
Oh,
you
for
know?
sure.
And I don't know. I mean, maybe to me it's just a little too soon. That being said, I hope it happens. I hope for Brian and Bob and for all the people that are in the reptile community that need a reptile show, I hope it does happen. I really do. And I'd like to go, like I was saying to you last week, Lori. I want to go because I want to buy some stuff. But
Bluebirds.
I want to buy some colubrids. Yeah,
Some
that's
gray
You
banded.
can just calm down because you're
I
not
love
even in
those.
charge of that. So just calm down.
I know.
I would love those.
I know.
You know
Gray
what'd be
bands are
cool?
cool. We're going to produce them next year.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got a whole
cool
bunch
if
of
you
them.
could
nice
do.
females up.
You know how in the gray banded it's gray orange.
Yes.
It would be
Those
cool
are
to
the
do
Blair's face.
like a black and like a white one, like where the bands are black and white.
I guess that,
Is
yeah.
there an
Kind of-
axanthic?
There is an axanthic and there's a ghost
But I
even,
mean-
and the
Yeah.
hypo. So there's the axanthic, ghost, hypo, but they're not white. They're like
Yeah.
a silvery thing. The problem is they do horrible because they're like Juno Road,
that
real close
silver?
up. Yeah, they just we actually had them. We killed them.
You know what? That's right.
Yeah, we had them. We couldn't get them to eat. We couldn't. We tried everything. We
Really?
literally tried. we force fed them for like
used to
6
be-
months.
Yeah,
and-
which
and we
it just
couldn't get 'em to
depends.
eat.
Like back in the day, and depend on what strain you get of gray bands.
Well,
Some
right. Well,
just
the
don't
closer,
wanna
the
eat.
closer you are to the wild, the worse, because they eat lizards in the wild.
Yeah.
They very few. They very rarely.
But
eat
I've got a
rodents.
hell of a colony going of these day geckos.
Oh my God, you're not kidding,
Or no,
dude.
not the
the
day
morning
geckos.
the
gecko.
morning
Morning
gecko.
geckos.
Morning
Yeah, we got a lot.
Yeah, I
Every
do.
day I come
so
in,
let
there's
me tell
eggs
you,
everywhere.
all of
Really?
the finicky
Yeah.
corn snakes and stuff.
Pretty
I
soon,
got.
I can see.
I'm gonna sell them. Feeding on morning geckos.
There you go, dude.
I could see Lori's next leopard gecko sale for September is buy a leopard gecko, get a morning gecko free. Yeah. Okay, what do we got here?
All right.
Angela.
Angela, will the Reptarium ever be open during the week? Unfortunately, I'm stuck in Amazon on the weekends.
Oh man, it's
Well,
so
you know
tough.
what we
Well, we
have
got
there
Friday,
is,
but
is private tours.
Yeah.
yeah, we got private
We're
tours.
always
We
open
are
for
open
that.
Fridays. I don't see. So the reason why we're not open Monday through Thursday is because number one, the animals need a break. You know
It's
what I
not
mean?
like a normal
it's just
zoo,
too. Yeah, it's
yeah.
not like a normal zoo where people just
As-
walk in and look at animals. They come out a lot.
As do we.
Well, yeah, but we don't get that much of a break because we work all the time anyways.
Well, that's
but,
what I'm saying.
But
we
the
can't
animals, yeah.
be open to the public.
No,
during
and
the
what you
week
have
as
to remember
well.
is because so many of the animals, the vast majority of the animals come out and get handled, they need a day off before we feed them. We need the day they feed and the next day. So they almost need 3 days a week where they're completely off. So could we ever expand to 4 days a week? I mean, I'm not going to say it's impossible, unlikely, but 4 days would be the maximum we could ever do. But we do private tours Monday through Friday.
Yeah.
And so if it's something you're interested in, and really they're not that expensive, especially if you can get a group of 6 or 8 people together and share.
That is such a beautiful name. I
What's that?
love this guy's name.
Osvaldo.
Osvaldo.
Isn't that what our
Osvaldo.
turtle's name is? Isn't it Zavaldo?
turtle?
What's our albino
What did you
turtle?
just say?
Oh no, it's Voldemort.
Voldemort.
Is it? Hey, wait, you mean a turtle is Valdo?
That's right.
That's from Harry Potter.
Hey, so Osvaldo says, "Love y'all. I've been watching y'all since I was 12, and I'm 18 now.
Wow.
I'm leaving for Marine Corps boot camp on Sunday. Wish me luck.
Hoorah.
See y'all
Yeah,
in 3
good
months.
luck.
Hoorah.
Well, you should have been here
Thank
last
you.
week with Potter. He
Yeah.
talked
Yeah.
about his Marine days. Well,
Thank you
no,
for
thank you
your
for your
service.
thank you for the service.
Up
seriously,
and coming
and
service.
and what did Potter say?
He said
he
said he was smart, so he didn't go in the field. Only dummies go in the field.
Yeah, army people. So I think what he said. Did he tell it on air when he talked about the discount for the NARBC, the military discount?
I think that was off air.
I don't
Yeah.
think so. I don't
So he
remember
said he trained his people to say when a military person came up because he's a
Yeah.
Marine Corps,
Yeah,
and
that
so
asks-
say like, hey, do you have a military discount? They say what branch?
And that's what they're like, you must be a Marine.
That's what they said because only a Marine would
Right.
ask what branch you were.
That's so awesome.
But hey, man, Marines are awesome. Thank you so much.
thank you.
Let's see.
Natasha says, "Been suffering mental health, and watching your videos really helps. Love from the UK. Love you all."
Thank you,
Thanks,
Natasha.
I think obviously I've been suffering as well. Been a little bit better lately. Hopefully continuing to get better. Been doing a lot of work on it and stuff like that. And I think that's the thing, Natasha, is that we're in really unprecedented times right
joke.
now, and it's very difficult for anyone that is susceptible to mental health, whether it's anxiety, depression, whatever the case may be. I think the biggest thing is that you have to try to move forward with something. You can't
Let it
think it's
defeat
just
you.
and you can't just let it think it's just going to go away because
Yep.
it's not, so if you're whether it's therapy or medication or self-help or whatever the case is, get out of bed every day and do your thing. Don't think that one day you're going to wake up and it's going to be gone, because it just probably isn't. And you have to, it's like, but at the same time, I've found recently that maybe I've been working too hard at it.
Good balance,
and,
right?
And yeah, so somehow you've got to I got to a point.
You just need a good energy coach.
I
Give
just
you a
need a
good
good energy coach.
You got everything
Yeah.
pulsating a little bit, and you're good to go,
Pulsating
baby.
Take that stuff right out of you.
Just really.
Release that negative energy.
Amen to that.
We all need it, man.
Start
We all
looking
need
into
it.
that one.
Tingle Monster in the building. Hey,
Hey,
guys.
Tingles.
Got my 6th reptile from my friend's rescue. It's my 2nd ball python. Named her Winona.
Nice.
Oh,
Winona.
Winona Earp.
Erp.
LOL. Love
Wow.
Tingle Monster and Tinglets.
Awesome,
Hey,
Tingle.
thank you, Tingle.
Thank you, Tingles, and congrats on the ball pop phone.
Mata says, sending love from New Jersey.
Hey,
I
thanks,
appreciate it. Happy
Mata.
birthday.
Thanks, Marta.
Appreciate it, girl.
Marsha.
Michigan's the New Jersey.
It really is getting there, you know?
It is.
Marta says, again, Lori, do you have your own wine glass merch? I would so buy it, and
Oh,
that
that's
should
such-
be a
that's
thing.
such a smart idea.
Yeah,
It
we're
really
missing
is.
we're dropping the ball on that one.
Yeah,
We don't
we're
have any
missing.
merch. We're dropping the ball big.
Yeah,
Oh my God,
I'll
yeah.
think about it. It's
I
hard
don't-
to say.
we
what I
need-
do,
yeah.
So.
merch.
We have to have a
Maybe.
meeting about that.
We need a meeting.
Yeah, we need a
Speaking
meeting.
of merch, we got magnets now.
Yes, I seen them today. They're awesome.
Lori got magnets, so
I know.
they're
How do
dope.
you
And
do
Jay,
all
the
this?
Taking
week, the
stickers
week comes
today.
and goes, and we didn't take more pictures.
It's been a wild one
every
for sure.
week. Every
yeah,
week. it's
yeah.
like
We got to do
that, I know.
Raycon tomorrow too. By the way,
Yeah,
Add
yeah,
that
yeah,
to the
yeah.
list. I got to get that.
I
done.
was thinking about it when I was at
For
home.
you guys that don't know, we are sponsored by Raycon once a month, and
Raycon.
They're actually
Earbuds.
awesome, and I see it. They're
They're so
popping up
good.
everywhere now, man.
they're so
Every
good.
podcast. I
Actually,
listen
yeah,
to.
like Snoop Dogg wears them now. And stuff like that. Seriously,
Snoop Frog
yeah.
too.
Snoop Frog does it.
Flamin'
Yep,
Hot
Snoop
Cheetos
Frog.
got a pair.
They're good. I like
Do you know
them.
that we fed
I use
Snoop
them.
Frog a snake yesterday?
Yesterday,
Really?
a ball pop phone.
A ball platform. Adult.
That's
Why?
gonna be a good video.
No. It's,
That's gonna be a good video. Are you naming it?
It was a
Eating
stillborn
frog?
baby. It was a stillborn
Yeah.
That'll
baby
be a
that was
Thumbnails
kinked up.
primo. dude.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's gonna
Yeah.
get 1 million views. Watch.
It better. If it doesn't,
It will.
YouTube's broken.
Yeah.
If you
If
name it
doesn't-
right.
if it doesn't, I'm blaming Let Roses Burn.
For sure.
Yeah.
Bringing us down, bro.
Bringing us down. Thanks.
She says, I've seen that on YouTube now. Channels, it will say people who watch Brian Barczyk also watch these channels, and that's on my Roku TV.
Okay.
Gosh,
cool.
let's hope
Nice.
it's not like someone I
it's-
hate.
No,
It
it is.
probably is.
It's
It
that
is.
fucking herp.
It's
Go
always-
fucking herp afro.
Got
kid.
herpes?
Oh, man,
Oh,
geez.
Got herps, kid.
Oh,
Go,
great,
go.
great.
That's
It's just
always
like
how
Brian
it is.
Barczyk
It'd be whoever
fans
you yeah.
love
I saw there was another video
this
that
afro. This afro.
I saw there was
Fuck.
another video.
I didn't say it.
I did.
I saw there was another video out by a channel that I've watched a couple times. It's actually a good channel. It's called like Wicked Something Reptiles.
Whip it.
And but I didn't want to watch the video. But it was like, is Brian Barczyk that bad? That's what the title of the
Hell
video was.
yeah, he is.
And
He's bad to the
Bad
bone.
to the bone, baby.
Yeah, baby.
But I read a couple like the first 3 comments. I didn't want to watch the video because I didn't want to be like, oh, this guy's ripping on me constantly. But the first 3 comments made it sound like maybe he was defending me. But
yeah,
I didn't.
it doesn't
you know,
matter because either way, you're just putting you're putting a video out with your name to
For
get
some
the
views, baby.
Whether you're for it or against it, you're just getting the views.
Yeah, but this would be the
whatever.
first one. And again, I don't know if it was for or against it, to be totally honest with you, because I
Doesn't
didn't
matter
watch it.
either way.
Just
But I
make a
didn't hear-
video of
yeah.
your own damn comment.
But
Content.
But this would be the first video maybe that was put out that if it was pro us or pro me, I guess, from someone I didn't know, you know.
Oh, gotcha.
You know what I mean? Because usually the pro videos about us were our friends like Andy Gabbs or Brian Cusco or Miguel, or you know what I mean. It's like not normally someone that I don't know
some
putting out a
random channel, yeah.
So hopefully it was positive. I mean, it could have been negative, and I just didn't read deep enough.
Doesn't
But usually
matter.
when it's
Doesn't
like
matter.
negative, I would hear like, "Did you see that guy
Yeah,
put
yeah,
out a
yeah,
bunch of
yeah.
stuff?" So and like I said, I've actually watched a couple of his videos, and they were all very well done, and you know, so hopefully he didn't trash us. It's
I don't think it
Either way, it
matters.
doesn't matter.
Yeah.
no. What is
William
this?
just threw 5 for love, dude.
William.
That's
He's
love.
got 2 first names
His
and 2
name's
last
William
names.
Monster. William Monster.
Well, I wonder if there's 4 names.
Thank you.
No, that's
Will
what
you
I'm saying.
do that? Will you do that to your kid?
Yeah, I'll name my kid whatever the hell I want.
Could you do like
No.
4 names?
I don't
want
want to give that in for hell.
Speaking of names,
What?
Okay.
no, we won't say it.
No.
It's a family thing.
I know.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, we'll
Ollie
keep that
Mitchell,
out.
Noah, just wanted to say your podcasts are gold. Thanks for the laugh. Thank you, Ollie.
Gold.
Love you
They're
too.
gold.
Well,
Remember
we don't
when
have
Brown
we don't
Hill-
have a swear jar large enough for
Yeah, for that
5
podcast.
that
gallon jug,
podcast.
dude.
Do you remember when
Let roses burn
Muhammad
together.
Ali
Yeah, I do.
knocked out Sonny Liston?
I do.
Stand over top of him.
A lot of people thought that
That-
was fake.
That
Really?
gives me a
Yeah.
lot of
He
inspiration.
knocked him out and then was just like
Yeah, and he-
hulking out
yeah,
over top of him.
he's like, "Argh," yeah, over
Really?
top, yeah. And there's like a picture. It's in the gym. It's
Yeah,
literally on
it's
the
a
wall
really
of the gym.
it's a really super like
I have a
Iconic
image
T-shirt
picture.
of him on Muhammad Ali on my T-shirt.
Oh,
yeah, and a lot of
okay. I
people
know
think
what you're
that that punch was not real. Like they said, it hardly hit Sonny Liston.
Well, it's
And it
so
was a-
hard
That's
that
the
it
thing.
killed him.
Is exactly
Yeah.
when you're so good, it's just like you just need.
It goes through him.
Yeah, maybe
Yeah,
like Bruce
that's all
Lee,
you
the
need.
one. That yeah.
1 inch
He down.
punch.
What if I
He
just
gone.
like
Speaking of
Ring
See
the
those-
bell.
all you need is just a little tap?
speaking of
that.
boxing, though, so our boy Mike Tyson's back in the ring.
Mike Tyson.
Yeah, our boy.
Our
We know
boy.
him so
Really?
Our best
well.
friend.
I know him so well.
Hey man.
I
Oh, that
Hey,
was
man,
bad. That was a
how
bad
bad
one. That was bad.
bad.
Let me tell you, Joe.
Uncle Mike's going to be upset with you.
Mike Tyson.
bad.
You know, I've never practiced
Next
it.
week, dude.
I'm
Practice
gonna,
it.
I'm
Come
gonna
back on
practice
Friday.
it this week, and I'm gonna come back. Yeah, I'm
What
gonna come
was
back
the,
and be
With a
good.
what
sweet
was
Mike
the one that
Tyson.
you watched?
Mike Tyson.
Was it Snoop Dogg and Mike Tyson? That this podcast that you were telling about?
Mike Tyson does a podcast
own
called
podcast,
Hot
yeah.
Boxing with Mike.
Yes. Okay,
Yeah.
that's what.
It's
it
probably
was.
awesome, too.
And he I mean, they literally hotbox studio, and it's hot boxing with Mike Tyson. Like
Yeah.
they literally, it's honestly pretty golden.
And it's a smart name because it's like hot boxing
like a
Yeah.
double
and hot
innuendo.
boxing.
Yeah.
But the point,
Double.
it's funny because like for the past year or two, he's been doing this, and he's just said on like pretty much every podcast how he's just not gonna fight again.
Yeah.
And
That's
now
what I said.
Here he
That's
goes.
funny, man.
Does he need money? Is that why?
No, he's
No.
actually doing
crushing
probably
it.
better
Super
than
well.
ever.
What do you
yeah.
think would bring him
Because he's
back
making
if he's
tons of
not
money
gonna
off of
do it?
I
weed.
think somebody probably was like
Just
whispering
calling
in his
him
ear, like,
out, like
they probably, oh, you're
Yeah.
old, you can't.
You ain't
do it."
gonna fight him. You
I
ain't
It'll
get
be
it.
cool though. I'm into it, but I can't believe Jake Paul's going to be the undercard.
Shut up.
He's
Jake,
the undercard.
Jake Paul's
an
fighting Mike
undercard.
Tyson.
He's the undercard. Do you know who's Jake
He's gonna
fighting?
die.
He's fighting Nate Robinson. He's
Oh, that's right,
NBA
NBA
player.
guy. Yeah, NBA guy.
Yeah.
I think this whole new era of boxing was just like, all right, whoever wants to fight can
Exactly.
fight. That's
Pretty much,
whatever.
I could just call somebody out. And go, "That's it,
NBA
we're
player
going."
and a YouTuber
Yeah.
are an undercard to a Mike Tyson fight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go
How does that
figure. Yeah,
happen?
wow.
You said that like 30 years ago. They'd be like, what the fuck?
I got YouTuber.
Well, 30 years ago, what is this YouTube you're talking about?
yeah.
What is that?
Well, it's YouTube.
What's YouTube? No, but it is pretty crazy. You gotta scratch your head on that one. But I think literally it might be the most entertaining fight of the year.
Oh, I think it's going to be crazy.
I'm gonna buy it.
I'll watch it. I don't think it'd be the most entertaining fight.
I think Mike
I'll
Tyson's
watch
will
it
be-
on your
not,
dime.
Not so much.
Oh,
I don't know. I think
Who's Mike
Mike
Tyson?
we'll have to
fighting?
see.
He's fighting a guy that also was a champion.
Is it
heavyweight.
another retired whatever? Are they
Roy,
both
Roy,
coming out
Roy
of retirement?
Jones Jr.
Oh
Roy
yeah,
Jones
yeah,
Jr.
yeah. Roy Jones Jr.
Yes.
Roy Jones Jr.
Are they both coming out of
Yeah,
retirement?
yeah, they're both the
Okay.
same age. Yeah,
Okay.
they're not.
So it's not a young boxer.
And it's not only
No.
boxing.
Okay.
Tito Ortiz is coming out versus Chuck Liddell soon too.
That one's not.
That's
they, They
crazy.
may have wanted to retire on those. Maybe.
They might have wanted to stay retired.
I mean, maybe Tito looks like he could still.
Dude, versus Chuck Liddell. That's crazy.
Chuck Liddell can barely walk, dude.
Yeah.
He's gonna be like,
I mean, he was barely walking in the ring.
Listen, did I ever tell you my
I watched
Chuck
his
Liddell?
last
Did
fight.
I ever tell you my Chuck Liddell story?
was that
So
with
we're-
Lee?
No, not with
Oh,
Lee. This
okay.
was when we were in California. We stayed at the same hotel as all of the UFC fighters. So like Rich Franklin was there, and George St. Pierre, and Dana White, and Chuck Liddell. And I mean, all the big names were at the hotel, literally like hanging out at the bar. Like, I mean, we're literally just like at
That's
the bar,
so
and they're just
crazy.
like all drinking with us and stuff like that. And one night we were up till probably like 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning, and Chuck Liddell come rolling in with like 3 girls on him, wasted out of his mind. Out of a limo, walking through the lobby and stuff like that. But he was still cool. I'm like, Chuck, what's up? He's like, hey, what's up, dude? You know what I mean? He was still cool, but yeah, that dude was a partier, man.
Where was this?
This was at the
you go.
Anaheim show.
Anaheim. Okay.
Yeah, when we met
Anaheim.
Dana and you
yeah.
deleted my
I was
picture.
gonna say because that's the only time I think because I'm thinking of you, I'm thinking of age, and I'm thinking you
No.
ain't gonna be up at 3 a.m. Like
No,
every
no,
time.
no,
So,
no,
okay,
no,
that
no, that was-
that
yeah,
makes
this was a
sense.
while
Okay.
ago. Chuck
This was a
Liddell was
while.
fighting. I
Yeah,
was a
yeah.
kid.
Chuck Liddell was fighting. That's
Yeah, you were literally 4.
No,
Yeah.
no.
That trip.
Well,
you were
maybe
4.
that trip, but I'm talking
Oh
about.
no,
the
no,
fight.
Oh,
that
wait,
wasn't that
you
trip.
weren't
That
on
wasn't
that
no, that
trip.
wasn't that was
that
that
was
was
the trip before.
Yeah, that was
so
after
you were
that.
3. You were probably
No,
like,
no, no, that was a
I
trip.
don't know
year
what
before
she's
that.
talking
No,
about.
no,
you are
no, because it
tripping.
was at the Anaheim Convention Center. It wasn't at. It was at the year before is when we were at the hotel that he came.
Oh,
So you were like 5
You
or
were
6, yeah,
5
something like
then.
that, yeah,
that's right because we
But-
went to the first one. We brought the kids with us.
yeah.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
But-
You weren't 3.
I know, but-
you were 5.
Did it
Does
really
that make
matter?
A
Yeah, it
difference?
didn't matter.
No, but she just
3
kept.
or 5.
I was gonna say something, but she just kept fucking. Oh,
Uh,
fuck.
You're
Oh,
done.
that's
a
Wait,
double,
You
dude.
need
She-
another.
You gotta
she just
borrow
kept
from
the
daddy.
cutting me
$2.
off. No, I forgot what I was gonna say, but it doesn't matter
It
anymore.
doesn't matter because you were 3 or 5.
But it was gonna listen. It was gonna be good, but
It was going to be good, but it's
No.
ruined because
it's
It was
gonna
that
be
hot
good.
lasagna, dude.
it was a
Just
fucking
cooking it up,
It
dude.
was a good one.
It's just the chirping.
So Let Rose Burn says the YouTube thing actually sent her to Paul Cafaro's channel, which now I love.
Oh, that's
Dang
awesome.
YouTube, no.
No, that's good. No, Paul's good. Paul's
course,
a
of
good guy,
course.
man. Although, it was funny. When we had Paul on, there were a few people that were really hating on him, which I don't
dude,
understand.
you know how
that.
that is. It's the same thing that
People
Really?
hate on
Yeah.
everybody.
Dude, if Paul Cafaro
Dude, that's
had
why-
you on his podcast, it would be the same thing.
That's why
Yeah.
I tell you it doesn't matter
Yeah.
because guess what? They're gonna hate you if you are okay.
Crushing it.
Listen to this. Listen to
They
this.
hate
No,
you?
no, no.
Let's go.
Listen to
Hate you?
this. Listen
Okay.
to this. They're gonna hate you if you are yourself. They're gonna hate you if you're pretending to be someone else.
Yeah.
They're gonna hate you no matter who you are.
Yeah.
So just be yourself. Do what you want to do. You're still gonna get hate, by the way. But
Yeah.
guess what? That shouldn't bother you because it doesn't matter as
No, it
long
doesn't
as
bother me.
you have your inner
or
happiness.
pretend.
and
Just
peace.
be whoever you
But-
want to be. Who cares?
But I think that's really important to learn is that they're gonna hate you whether you or they're gonna hate you whether you're pretending to be someone else. So just be you because at least then you know your true self
Yeah.
and you're not getting hated for something you're not.
Yeah, no, I
Because
can-
then you're like, because if you're getting hated for something you're not, you're feeling guilty because you're like oh fuck, like they're right. I'm not being my true self.
There
You know
you
what
go.
I mean?
There you
It's
go.
like,
Sorry, John.
but if they're hating on you
I've
for
only got
being your
$1
true
left.
self,
Can you guys please?
if they're hating on you for being your true self, then
Yeah.
you have nothing to feel bad about because
No.
you're
And
just
that's
being
exactly
you, and
it.
you're just like,
and there's
Well,
nothing to be
yeah.
ashamed about or be embarrassed about or who
Yeah.
cares. Like,
Well, no. Well,
exactly
I don't.
that.
You guys know I don't care about that stuff anymore.
sure.
I mean, like I never talk about hatred stuff anymore. I literally, I mean, is there times where it's like, oh, I can't believe that person's such a jerk. But at the same time, it doesn't bother me. Like, I mean, it rolls off really quick. I haven't. It's probably been a year and a half
You're
since
definitely
I've.
getting a lot better.
Yeah, for
Well,
sure.
no,
than
way
where you
better.
were.
I mean, I think
because
it's
you
been.
used to
I
be, yeah.
no. 2 years ago, it consumed me.
Yeah.
Now it's like I bet you it's been a year and a half or 2 years since I've thought about a negative comment more than 30 seconds. When someone says
Which
something
is
negative, it's like,
awesome.
whatever, goodbye.
Because that's
you're an
exactly
idiot.
it. That's if anybody takes any bit of advice, that's it.
But I
you
just-
need to be you and
But I
okay
don't
with
know.
who
I
you
mean,
are.
Paul is a pretty
Yeah.
decent guy in the sense that he's a young kid that has a lot of motivation. He's making good money.
Most
and
hatred comes from being jealous.
Jealous, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, of
and I would
course.
think that would have to
Yep.
be the case because
Yes,
it
yeah.
doesn't. I mean, I don't understand why anyone. I mean, whatever. People are
Especially
going
if
to
he's
hate
not a
everyone. Yeah.
jerk and is not mean. Or, you
Yeah,
know
and
what
he's
I
always
mean?
been
Like,
great to everyone.
When I was
Yeah,
younger,
know.
growing up, like in skateboarding and stuff, like Ryan Sheckler was like
Okay.
super famous and popular. Everyone hated him.
Yeah.
Everyone hated him because he was in Walmart and had a
dude.
show and like
Yeah.
Remember
he's the bomb, dude.
his move. Like
Yeah, yeah,
you
yeah,
would,
yeah,
you
yeah,
would
yeah.
get shit on. I don't even have any dollars anymore.
There's
you would
$1.
get
We're
hated
off.
on.
Daddy.
You get hated on if you did like his
We're
his
done.
move.
Hey, make a wish. You
People
just
talk
made
crap.
$100. Make a wish.
No, they made 300. About that's like 2 at least.
All right,
We
what do
should
got
end it
here?
on that. We don't even have any more
No,
money.
that's
We
all right.
can't
We're just
even-
we're gonna stop swearing for the next half hour.
Next half hour.
I owe you.
Did we miss one right there? That Georgia Moon.
Yeah. I'm waiting. I was waiting for you to start.
Okay, yeah, no, it's okay.
Georgia says, "What's up, folks? Noah, can't wait to see Speedy's upgrade and not a possum upgrade."
Yeah. That's
Possums are gone
I think
now.
and I don't think they can get in.
It's almost done.
No, it's all secure.
no, that thing's
nice.
sealed, man.
We're so it
Sealed.
smells
Knox.
so good,
Sealed
man.
to the
That's
kill.
just wait. No one even knows what it looks like. So
Yeah, we can't
that's
even
next
tell 'em.
weekend.
Don't even tell
No,
'em.
I'm
Give
not
'em
going
a
to
little
say it.
sneak.
It's
Well,
a good
it's
one.
not hard to upgrade. That's all I
looks
got to
good.
say.
Yeah, Lori was really
Anything-
happy.
Anything
Yeah,
is
Lori was
better
happy.
than what
It was a perfect. It was a perfect compromise because obviously our shed was horrible, and Lori really wanted a new shed, but Lori wanted to just go out and buy a plastic shed, and I wanted to build something awesome, and so it was kind of a perfect thing.
You wanted to build something extra.
Extravagant.
Yeah.
is
Yeah,
the word.
not awesome extra, which was
Yeah.
Very nice.
unnecessary. So yes, we compromised
Right.
and got perfect. Like this is
And
the
it's
perfect
beautiful.
shed.
It's
And I'm
beautiful.
super happy because the
You're welcome.
plastic shit is not going to last.
Oh, there goes. We're negative $1.
Yeah.
We're already down
You
to
know,
Borrowing
I've
from
$1.
seen
Super
them.
Chats.
They warp. They're nice, but they warp, and
Yeah.
you know, because especially we get so much sun, like
Yeah.
that thing would have warped and stuff.
Yeah,
Whereas,
so this is good.
We really have a swearing problem.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
serious, dude.
Yeah, I
That's
didn't
crazy.
realize
I put
it.
$1 in there. I put $1.
all right, I'm gonna start
You've been
really
loaning
working
everyone
on.
out your
I'm gonna
money.
I
start
put one.
working on
Jay,
the G
it's just one, right?
G
One, yeah.
Willikers.
Yeah.
Yeah, G Willikers is the new swear, all right?
Yeah.
And gosh darn it.
Because we really have a problem.
Yeah. So did you
That
think we were
went by
going to have that
fast.
much?
I thought we were gonna have some money left for sure.
Yeah, we didn't even make
I
it an
did-
hour.
did,
We made it an hour and
And a half.
25 minutes. Hour and
Even, they're-
25.
You're -1.
All right,
That's been
whatever
an
happened to the
hour and
bamboo
20.
rat snake? That's my dream snake. We still have them. We have bamboo rats. Yeah,
them
they're
green
cool.
boys.
They're cool.
They're dope.
No, they're
They're
actually
getting raised
red.
up.
They're red. They're awesome.
Jake says, my son is so excited to return to the Reptarium one of these days. He has been asking since he met you a few weeks ago.
Awesome,
Awesome,
man. Well,
Jake.
please,
Yeah, we can't wait
please
to
bring.
see
Yeah,
it.
we can't wait. I mean, it's definitely. It's like I've said. I mean, it's really, to me, it's magical. You know, the place.
Oh my
You know
God,
what I
It's
mean?
like
I think it's.
Disney for reptiles.
Yeah,
I
no,
mean,
it's a good.
you know, and you don't want to say that like in like an arrogant way, like but it is really special.
Oh,
you know,
You know what? We
yeah.
work hard to try to make it that.
And that's one of the
It's,
things I've been
you know,
trying to do lately is like, I'll be honest with you, one of my things that has probably caused a lot of my anxiety issues and stuff like that is the fact that I don't think I'm deserving of a lot. You know, I'm not deserving of happiness. I'm not deserving of success. I don't take accolades. So I'm trying really hard right now to like give us credit. And we did something awesome.
Oh
you know,
my God.
and you know, it's something that it's hard for me to say that because I feel weird saying that like something that I did or we did
Isn't-
deserves
is good.
this type of accolades, but it does. You
You're
know, and
not
I'm
kidding.
trying to be comfortable. I'm trying to become more
it's super
comfortable
cool.
with that.
I love the fact, and that's the thing. Like, you know, we work a lot.
Yeah.
We work every day.
Yeah.
Long hours.
Yes.
You know, through the weekend when the Reptarium's open. But that being said, the reason that we keep doing it, and for me, is during those open hours, every hour, when we are getting those new people in,
Yeah.
and the people are like, oh my God, this was the most amazing thing, and this was so awesome, or this is so awesome for my kid who loves rep. You know what I mean? Like all of the different things is just, it's just like fulfilling to where like, this is why we do what
Right.
we do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Well,
it's
that's
like,
cool.
that's what makes it worth it,
Of
which
course.
is awesome.
And that's why
Yeah.
It's not about money. It's not
Don't
about
think-
success. It's about giving
The
people
experience.
this awesome experience. No different than same thing. Like, why do I keep going back to freaking Disney all the time? Because I love it and it's an awesome experience and all that. Like, it's the same thing on a different level that we're giving to other people. And
Yeah.
I think that's awesome.
No, it
you
is.
know?
It is awesome.
So,
It
there
is.
you
It's gonna
go.
be cool.
And the place with
you
or
can do
without
that.
people is like enchanting in itself.
Yeah.
Like the collaborative effort between you guys and Stuart and Tom from Universal Rock, who are artists as well. And
Yeah.
Yeah, and the amazing animals we'd be able to get. Like,
You
that's
sit
the
in
thing.
there and it's
we
beautiful.
get to give people a super awesome experience, and that's what's cool and fulfilling and makes it worth doing.
And that's why, ultimately it's I want to be back to that spot in life where I'm really happy and not anxious and all that other stuff, is because things are so awesome. You know what I mean? My life is so good. I mean, it really is. I mean, my life is amazing. It really is. I mean,
Wild.
everything that I do is so amazing. And there's very little in my life that I don't truly enjoy. And so I should be the happiest guy on the planet, and I want to be again, and I will be again.
that's
And
right.
you did all this, you did all this.
Well-
Nobody else did this for you. You know what I mean? Yeah, mom helped you.
No, right,
But
right,
like,
right.
Yeah.
you guys, but like, you know what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah.
Nothing was ever given
to
to
us, no.
you. Nothing. No, you work for it. Also, like, and there's more besides just the Reptarium
Sure.
that you should feel deserving for praise for. I don't know if I said that right, but
I know what you mean.
understand what
it's
you're
just
saying.
like you've done more than just the Reptarium that is praisable or
Yeah.
should be
Well-
given praise for. I know that maybe you don't want to accept it or whatnot, but
Well,
it's
I'm
just the
trying.
truth.
I'm working on it. I'm working on
Yeah, he's
trying to
learning
accept it. I'm
and
trying
that's the
to.
thing.
It's just
and
it's
that's
tough.
a fine line too. Like, because of course, you want to be humble. You don't
Right,
want to be
right, right,
arrogant
right.
about,
No,
oh, look
well-
at me and
well-
look at everything I've done. But
Yeah.
it is okay to be like, yeah, you know what? Cool. I did accomplish some pretty cool shit, and
Yeah.
that's cool.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, and
and
that's
not
what I'm
be
trying to
arrogant
feel.
about it,
That's what I'm
you
trying.
know? Yeah.
I'm trying to feel more comfortable in that. But it's very foreign to me.
Yeah.
And I think that's a lot of my roots of my issues is the fact that I didn't feel deserving. And now I'm
But
trying
I think
to.
that's another reason why you got so far.
Yeah.
It's
Well, there's no
because
doubt
you
that
never
motivation. Yeah.
Feel satisfied. Which
Right. Which I'm trying to now, I mean, I'm trying to feel more
should.
satisfied with things. And I mean, there's still a lot of things I want to do, but I don't want to do them for
Yeah, we're
the
good.
No, you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. I'm not talking about like
I know.
anything, I mean, too crazy, but I mean, we still have things we have to do. Or that we can do, but if you're doing them for the right reasons and you're not doing them because
there's
you're
a whole
chasing
lot
a
of time
demon,
left, Dad.
Oh my God, so
Yeah.
much time.
Especially now that the way I look at it is, it's like I feel like you guys have really figured it out these
Yeah.
past few years.
yeah, agreed.
And that gives you the ability to slow down time because
Yeah.
you understand how to do things properly without wasting as much time.
Oh, I agree. I always tell people, and this is what I've told you too, right, Noah? When you've said things, I've said, like, you're 20. I mean, like, I literally, and that's not to say that when you're 25 or 30 or 35 or whatever that number is, you're not going to have it figured out. But I don't think we figured it out until we're in our mid 40s.
Well, I think, you know what? Unfortunately for us, we were the people who figured everything out the hard way.
The hard way, yeah.
You know what I
because we
mean?
didn't have any mentors. we
No,
didn't have people
you know what?
teaching us.
And yeah, and let's face it too. Guess what? We didn't have any business school. We didn't
Right.
have any. You know what I mean? We just kind of did shit, and then like, ooh. Okay, learn that
Here's
lesson,
another
or you know what I mean?
Didn't
like,
learn the lesson not
you know,
to swear,
it was funny
obviously.
because, but it was funny because even with Jade going to school for business, like she would tell me, she would talk about all the stuff, and I'm like, oh yeah, that would have been great to know, like
Yeah.
back in the day. Like
Yeah.
I know it now, but not because I took a class, because the hard way, I
Life
learned
whooped
that.
your butt, yeah.
Right, exactly.
Well, I think the other
so-
thing is that, and Noah and I talked about it a little bit the other night about the simplification of business and making money is about the whole you make money when times are bad, not when times are good. And, as far as I shouldn't say make money, you build wealth during bad times, not during good times. I think that people make the mistake of going the opposite way. They think when things are good, that's when you spend all your money. In actuality, that's when you hoard your money. And then when things are bad, you spend your money.
I learned
Because-
that with $100 in high school on the stock market.
Yeah.
When I spent $100 when all my stocks were like really high.
Yeah.
I added another 100
Yeah.
on top. I was like, they're peaking. Let's add another 100 on
Oh.
top.
Yeah, they're gonna lose. Yeah.
And then literally like the same week, I lost $400.
Yeah, you've got to. Yeah, you've got to always
And then
buy.
ever since
yeah.
that point, I was just like,
Yeah, like I
Okay.
told you before,
Don't
Warren
do that
Well,
Buffett.
that sucked.
Well, it's like I said, Warren Buffett said that he made his fortune during recessions. That's when he made his fortune. And our first whiff at the stock market way back in the
Well,
the
yeah,
90s.
yours.
Yeah, mine.
Yeah.
Was what happened was there was a guy, a friend of mine, Casey Lazek, who is a
Killed
legend.
it. It did awesome.
Yeah, he's a legend in the reptile world as well. I mean, he was responsible for the first Brettles carpet pythons, and I mean, he
Knobtails.
knobtail
Yep.
geckos. I mean, a lot of different stuff. I mean, he did go to jail for smuggling stuff out of Australia,
But it was cool.
But it was all right. It was all right.
but that's how you have your pets today.
Yeah, exactly. But Casey's a great guy. I texted with him not too long ago for the first time. I hadn't talked to him in a while. But anyways, Casey took $100,000 that he had made from the reptile world, and what happened was him and his son Nicholas. He was a single dad, and lived in a 2-bedroom house that they were renting. And he was ready to buy a house with this $100,000 that he made from breeding pythons and stuff like that. And he went to his friend, and his friend said, "Can you wait a couple years? Can you just stay where you're at for a year or two?" And he said, "Why?" He goes, "Because I want you to invest in a few stocks right now." And he was like, "Really?" So he bought Amazon at like 80 cents. He bought, and the list goes on, like Google at 80 cents, stuff like that. So his $100,000.
Needless to say, he did really well.
Yeah. So
You think?
so the last time I talked to him about money, which was long ago, 10, 12 years ago, I think he had about $40 million from his $100,000. But so anyways, point is he bought some snakes from us. It was $40,000 that he bought. He flew me out to this was pre 9/11, so I taped the snakes on my body and flew out there. By the way,
Back in the fun days.
Yeah, I
in the
love
fun
this. I
days.
wish I
Yeah.
was there for that stuff.
yeah, he was like, I want to buy these pies. The pies were 40
So I'll
grand.
bring them to you.
But well, yeah, he said, he goes, "I want you to bring them to me." He said, but and by the way, that was the first time I ever flew first class, because he's like, "Hey, I'm going to buy you tickets, but you're flying first
Yeah,
class."
that was
I'm
the
like,
beginning of the end.
Well, yeah, that's the beginning. No, I never could fly that.
Yeah, like a schlep ever
Thanks,
again.
Casey.
Those peasants in the
In
back.
the back, see ya.
Me,
Get away
that
from
you
me.
send back there.
right.
No, you get back there.
Peasants. That's what you say when I walk past those peasants.
Get
I
back.
pretend like I don't know
Get
him.
in
Yeah.
the back.
I'm like, Dad, he's just like,
He's like, oh, got my headphones in, my Raycons.
Sorry.
You want 50%
you're
off.
just singing Nickelback up there. It's like,
Yeah.
it is my time.
No, it was stained. Actually.
Yeah.
Stained.
In the end,
Dad, it doesn't really matter. I can't find my bag.
Yeah, that was it. But so Casey told me that he wanted me to take this $40,000 and invest in, and he told me the companies that he thought I should invest in. From that moment on, our $40,000 went down.
Turned to nothing.
What did you
Turned-
invest in?
We still got a few grand,
that was
maybe.
the Nokia.
Yeah.
Nokia.
wait, you have no.
I have Nokia stock.
do.
Yeah,
right now.
right now.
worthless.
Is it worth something?
Are you
I
serious?
swear to gosh, yeah.
It just went from $8 a share to 32.
Get the heck out of here.
We're rich.
Or
we
like-
can fill up another swear jar.
It only took 20 years.
Check it out. Check it out.
Nokia. Yeah, I literally have had Nokia.
We've had
I'm
it
pretty
ever
sure.
since.
I want to see this. This would be
Yeah,
amazing
check
if
it
that
out.
was it.
Yeah.
I haven't even looked at that stock.
I'm pretty
because
sure.
No,
like I
it's
think
just
I
there.
just saw a
We
thing on
didn't even
Instagram.
sell it because
where
it wasn't
they just,
worth doing.
Wait,
We're like,
listen,
just let it be.
listen.
Let it be there.
No, it's $4.32.
Which one? Stop. Which one was the one where they got
Nikolai.
No, there was this one with the. They just got a bunch of money from like Corona funds or something. and then
some probably
It literally just
pharmaceutical.
like bumped their stock value
Yeah.
1,000%.
Not the one we had.
And not the one. No, it's
It was,
$4.
it was like the printing company where
Thanks, Noah.
Polaroid?
That was exciting for about 2 seconds.
you buy CVS, you go to CVS.
Oh,
you
Kodak.
Buy the
Kodak?
Kodak.
Oh, yeah.
Kodak.
Not
Oh, yeah.
not what
Not
Nokia.
Nokia.
Nokia was the walkie-talkie
Nokia.
phones
Nokia
back
was
in
the
day.
phone.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Boy,
it was
yeah.
Kodak.
God, I
that
almost
went
got
from-
excited for
I
a
know.
minute.
I know.
Like,
Could you
thought
imagine?
you were rich.
Finally, it paid off.
We can recoup the swear jar
Because that's
funds.
why
Swear
we
jar
have
money
it.
is okay
it's
again.
It's just out
I
of
thought
charitable that we keep it because
You
we
never
have
know.
so
Crocs,
much
like think
into
about
it.
Crocs for example.
Let's
Crocs
not.
were whack. I
Let's
know,
not.
but like Crocs were like super whack. No one cared, and now they're like the hottest thing, and I see
Well,
people everywhere
They're
with them.
not.
Yeah,
I've
we
seen
see
No,
them
not
at the,
that I
at
think
the
they are.
Reparium constantly.
I saw
yeah.
this like real. I'm not even joking. I'm not even making this story up. That's what's so sad. I saw this like really pretty girl the other day in a car, right? And I'm like, oh wow, she's really pretty. She parked, and then she opens her door and takes one step out.
Blah, blah.
A big ass white Croc.
Yep.
Just boom. I'm
Dude,
just like,
done.
oh.
They're the most popular shoe right now, and it's crazy because they're terrible.
Don't tell me how comfortable they are because I don't give a shit.
Wear a
Yeah.
flip flop.
They're they're fucking ugly.
There's $2 more dollars.
Yeah, we'll get it back when Nokia goes back up. All
Yeah,
right.
Nokia hits that
Yeah.
When it hits
$40
that
mark.
$8 ceiling. We're in there, baby.
I do have a stock though that I'm going to buy us. I'm going to buy you and Jade and us some here pretty soon.
Yeah.
Really?
Are you?
I am.
Okay.
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
Should I sell it? Tell me what it is?
No,
I don't
Probably
know.
Keep it a
not.
surprise.
It sounds similar to Nokia, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, he actually said it already.
Nokia.
It's Nikolai.
Nikolai. Oh yeah, do that now.
Yeah, I'm going to do that. So it went up to $80 a share.
Jeez.
It was down at like $20 a share when they went public.
Would have quadded.
go.
And it went up
Could've
to like
quad.
80. Now it's down to 30 again.
Get it.
So when it's at like 25, I think I'm going to
No,
buy
no.
some.
That's how you mess up. Because it's not gonna go down to 25 anymore.
I don't know.
If it was,
It's a long-term play,
It's
though.
gonna go like
It's-
this.
It's a long-term play. It's called a V. Yeah, a
it's
V.
called the.
It could either be a U or a V, depending on how the stock goes. But anyways, point is that I think that it could be the next Tesla.
How are you? Yeah, I agree. Speaking of Tesla energy, how you feeling over there? You think we need some food, don't you?
No, we ate.
We have
before
no more
came.
money, dude.
Yeah,
We're broke.
Yeah, we got no
Dude.
more money. Sorry, Make a Wish. We're gonna have to spend some of your Make a Wish
Yeah,
money.
we got-
No, we're
Judge-
gonna definitely. Let's see what we got super chat
Yeah,
wise,
yeah.
and
So-
we'll wrap it up here in a minute.
So Judge Venom says, "How's the new Anaconda getting on? How much longer do we have till we can put that sucker?"
I think
in?
that next week we'll be able.
Dude,
to,
I'm so excited for that video.
Yeah, I think
just
it'll
know
be
it's
What's his
interesting.
name? Again?
It's
Aries.
Aries. Yeah,
Aries.
Aries. Yeah, the Aries, the Anaconda.
Yeah,
that's
it's
gonna be cool.
I heard it's a little bit of a cannon.
Well,
got a
no,
little
it's really good, but it did bite Bruce.
Yeah, I held it a couple times. And
I
it was
held it a
fine.
ton, and I had it at the Reptarium, and 50
Fascinating.
people held it, and it was fine.
Sometimes
I think
it
Bruce
happens.
just like made it mad.
Yeah, he was talking about politics. The thing got all heated. It was crazy.
Probably.
Jake Lewis says, I also host a podcast of anything nerd related. We would love to have you as a guest someday. My crew fell in love with the different morphs. I think by nerd related, he
yeah.
means not New England reptile distributor, but like a nerd. So like
Dude,
this
yeah.
would be considered nerd stuff. you know?
Whoever
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
talking
yeah. Reach
to,
out, man.
Yeah, we'll do it.
Yeah, we'll do it.
Chris says, hey, is Reptile Prime recommended for Leo geckos?
You know, it's really tough. Leopard geckos are one of those anomalies where there isn't really
A good
a
medium.
bedding that I would say is perfect, right? We use Reptile Prime on a lot of our leopard geckos, and we have for years, and they've done completely fine. Is it perfect for them? No, it's not. There's nothing manufactured right now that is a bedding that I think is recommended for a leopard
Do you
gecko,
think
which
it's
is rare.
smarter to like, I know this sounds silly, but to like foam a bottom and kind of make a hard rocky surface?
The problem
or-
is, it's just keeping it clean. Then
Of
you know
course,
what
you
I
have
mean?
to
Like,
keep- yeah.
you know, it's like
I got
how do
you.
you keep it clean? But yes, we use Reptile Prime in ours, and we've never had impaction. We've never had any
Nothing,
issues at
yeah.
all. So, I mean, take it with a grain of salt. I really was working a couple years ago on trying to come up with a solution for the proper bedding for a leopard gecko, and we just could not really come up with it. You know,
Where do they live in the wild?
well, they do live in the deserts, but they live in a lot of rocky stuff, and they're not supposed to eat very much in the way of sand because the sand will impact them. Why do we have
It's
Let
the
Roses
new voodoo
Burn-
doll.
Let Roses Burns Brian doll.
Interesting.
Well,
He is handsome,
because-
by the way.
Because
Super handsome.
I did see it, and I'd like you to show me where she touched it.
I can't. It's covered by the alligator.
Okay.
Wow.
Now we know.
No,
Release
no.
the pressure.
Wait, this guy. Wait, look at this. He said, "No, don't buy Nikolai. They have bad track record with it ending up not fulfilling. Buy
By
Shell."
shell or shill.
Okay, so first off, you're not talking about the same thing because they've never delivered a thing. They have they've never had. It's actually a market cap of about $2.7 billion, and they've never made one thing yet.
Yeah.
But Bezos from Amazon, Zuckerberg from Facebook have invested billions of dollars into the company.
So that's all you need to know.
So yeah, they're a hydrogen-based car.
Which is so smart. car,
which is
guys.
not electric based, hydrogen based. But you're just thinking of a different stock because they've never delivered one car yet to anybody. So,
And he actually came back and said, actually buy SPCs, I guess Spice or whatever, or Space as well. It will be $1,000
Spice
stock.
Girls are awesome.
well, thank you for your
tips.
Your
that
tips.
what it is?
I appreciate
Spice.
it.
Cool. That's
but
it.
Yeah, that's it. So that's good. So I don't know. Well, anything else, guys, on your end or what? I mean, I think we did
we
pretty
covered it
horrible
all.
with the
Swear
the
jar.
swear
We should
jar.
do this more
We
often.
did good, man.
so
we
demonology.
actually did really good for the charity that we're giving it to.
So shout out
thank God.
Make-A-Wish.
Yeah,
We're
Make-A-Wish,
gonna have
yeah.
a little kid.
Yeah.
His dream come
we're gonna
true.
have a little kid.
Well, it's
now.
not going to really do that much. It's going to
This
be
will
a part
cover
of
a
it,
bus
little bit.
riders at least.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
couple
A
tickets,
limousine
yeah.
ride.
Yeah, maybe.
One coach plane
Yeah.
ticket for sure.
At least,
Yeah.
At least half of first class, quarters.
Yeah,
They'll get you a little dolly.
With that being said,
Little dolly.
yeah, that's it.
make sure to go buy your shell stocks. As
Shell
that guy
stock,
says,
yeah,
he
yeah,
knows what he's
shell
talking
stock,
about.
yeah.
No,
No, it's
Don't-
Nokia.
Nokia
Nokia
stocks,
space.
guys.
Don't
You know
buy
the money.
Nokia.
Yeah.
Do not
Don't
buy
buy-
Nokia.
Do it.
go buy Nokia right now. Everyone,
Yeah,
run
everybody
up.
buy
if we
it
could get
right
that,
now.
if we could get that up to $12 by the end of the day,
That'd be
it would be
awesome.
really
Run
good
it
for
up.
us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Don't forget to go donate to your local charity. Make sure that
Yeah.
it's not a scam, though.
Yeah, and let us know in the comments if you guys want us to continue to keep the swear jar going, or
I think it's a good idea.
you know,
I think
or
it's
we could-
hysterical.
I think
yeah.
it'll help us.
Well,
not
I was
swear
I was
as
hoping
much.
it was going to help. It apparently didn't.
It seemed like it was just pay to play. It was just like it wasn't like a punishment. It was just like, oh sweet, here's $1.
All right.
Well,
Fuck that.
5. 5 more.
Oh yeah, that's yeah.
Thank you guys so much. I hope you
Thanks,
guys
guys.
learned something in this episode. I know I did. With that being said, you've been checked in, and I'm checking out. Peace.
All right, see you guys later. Thanks for joining us, man. All right.
That was awesome.